Hey, welcome to Norm's Community Corner out there, you and everyone out there in this nice. It's a lot warmer today, isn't it, Mary?
Yes,
but
it
I
is.
like the cold.
I don't.
You know.
The
Do
older
you
I
like the
get, the more
cold?
I hate it.
No, snow's okay, but cold is bad.
Yeah.
Oh, I love the cold. I was going to run around out there cold naked yesterday, but just a little bit too cold. You know.
Very cold.
But I am honored and pleasured to have once again the Honorable Keith Hershmann,
Thank you.
Ward 12.
Yep, Ward 12
Okay.
Alderman, thank you.
Okay, and we have a little motor mouth over here.
Mr. James Trebucci.
Oh, Tabucci.
There we go.
I know your family from New London.
Uh-oh.
Italian.
Huh?
We're Italian.
No kidding. But I know them, vaguely know them. You know what I'm saying.
It's all coming
Listen,
back
what
to
a
him.
small world. When he said it, we're from the same area.
Uh-oh.
This thing about James, though, there's something that I have to respect, and I think you do too. When he goes after something, he's a go-getter.
He's a tenacious guy for the right reasons.
Yep.
Sure.
He used a big word.
I know.
You know, but the one thing I do see about him, when he is dedicated to something, then my hat is off to you, young man.
He's an activist.
I'm an activist, and all I want to do is see what's right for the people.
Do you think the porta potties are right?
No.
You got to look at the microphone, kind of.
No, I don't.
And why not?
Because if you have working bathrooms, there should be straight working bathrooms. You know, there shouldn't be extra money spent for no reason at all. It should be spent in the right places. Because people work hard to pay their taxes or their rents, and the money should be spent right, not in the wrong places.
You sure you're not a politician?
No, but people said I should be.
I actually think you should be too. But I like the comment you made about if he runs for mayor, which we already know he's going to, and that's between you and I.
The
But
cards might tell you. I don't know.
yeah, shove him right up there. We'll see.
So I was invited on today, and I didn't know that Norm was going to be talking about those bathrooms. And I respect James's opinion, and I've heard a few others. I didn't vote for those bathrooms because I thought, firstly, I thought of the money. I says, we already have some bathrooms in that vicinity that just unlock the doors. But there wasn't a willingness to do that. And the $9,000, I thought that was kind of a waste. It's a duplication is what it is. But worse than the duplication is the poor people that have to use those bathrooms. It's very cold. If you were out on Martin Luther King Day or Civil Rights Day, it was negative 20 wind chill. Even if you hid in a porta potty, there's no heater. It's not even a humane thing to do.
No.
So,
I think it's a disgrace.
so they're there temporarily. I didn't vote for it. It was a 13-1 vote. And,
You can't
so there was
get-
one voice of reason on the board.
Well, the thing,
yeah.
we had that comfort room, right? That comfort building, is that what they call it? The men and
The
women.
information center, comfort
yeah.
station, sure.
You know what I think would be good? If people that need welfare help, they go to the city welfare and they're capable of working. Back in the old days, when you and I were younger, of course, but back in the old days, if you wanted to get
WWPA.
that was.
They'd
Yeah.
make you work it off, is what you're
Right,
saying?
yeah. And I think we were having financial problems, and my ex-wife had to work at City Hall to work out to pay for the rent and to help maybe sort out one of the federal funding. And I think that these people, instead of giving it to them, that they should have to work for it, like cleaning the
earn it somehow.
Earn it some
Yeah.
way, like didn't they used to have them clean the cemeteries and stuff like that at one time? But
Not,
then the
not
civil
that I
liberties-
can remember
No?
in my
Okay.
tour of duty.
Yeah. You don't like that idea?
No, I just don't like the way welfare is run. Because when people that are hurting and need to go in there, you know what they're doing? They're making them feel lower because they're making them go through hoops because most of the money that is for that department is actually not going to help the poor. In the past, it was going for administration costs. So a lot of people never got the help they actually needed because they were stealing the money.
Yeah. Well, what I'm saying is, if you're going to go there to get help, and that's you're going to, then if you can't pay it back, because I had to pay it back here in Manchester, that they can clean the bathrooms and have somebody there, and keep it. What do you think, man?
I say put them to work.
Yeah.
I mean, what's maybe a couple of days, maybe 4 hours
Yeah.
a day.
Depends on what they
It's not
need.
going to hurt anybody. Doing dishes at a restaurant. How many places out there is looking for help? I mean,
Yes.
get them to work.
Man,
Just
people
hand
can
them the
work if
money.
they want to.
I mean, I'm compassionate. I've seen families up close that the husband had left the situation, left a mother with children, and you want welfare to focus on those people and
Yeah, I can see.
deliver
Yeah.
them food, or
Yeah.
Thanksgiving time,
Oh,
and the
absolutely.
holidays, and even every week. People have needs, but if they could, when they're on their feet, pay it back. I'm a little more conservative than some people. If they had the capacity to pay back
Right.
some small amount, I would be okay with that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
I
saying.
think they would
you know,
feel
yeah.
good about themselves.
Absolutely.
And I think
You know
there's a
what
lot
that's
of
there?
churches that
Help
do that.
from
Hey,
philosophy.
Raphael, I'll tell you, when I was going through a lot of financial crisis here, St. Andrews and St. Raphael, I got to tell you, I appreciated the help they
St.
gave to
Raphael's
us.
Church,
Yeah.
wonderful church.
Yeah, and I appreciated the help they gave to us.
If you do that, you are actually maybe helping someone from adding to the homeless problem, because they might need a week here, a week there, 2 weeks, to get by on something for maybe rent. They're in between something. That's what I find sometimes.
Well, if you could, if they're working, then the city's helping them. And the city says, I'll tell you what we'll do. You do 3 days a week and we'll put a savings to help you to get an apartment or a room. I would be there, and they would have, like you just said, Mary,
Yep.
I would be very much in favor of that. But then you got the ALUC, oh, you can't afford to do this or that.
Yeah, well, with the wind chill
touchy,
factor
yeah.
Yesterday, it was like 20 below.
Yeah.
I would hope that everybody would have a place to stay, whether it be on a cot or a hotel room or some friend's couch. I wouldn't want anybody to be outside.
The one thing I will say to you, and I really mean this, is I will offer one or two, it has to be male because, in the building, and I would give them an overnight stay. I would not make it permanent, but I've always done this.
Out of extreme necessity, you would help.
I would definitely help.
Yeah.
We do it, Mary and I, we do it at Christmas time and Thanksgiving. We invite people to come home. Oh, I suppose I could invite you if you were going to be alone. No, I
And let
won't
me
pick
tell
on
you,
that.
when you go to his place, if you go home without being starved, it's your fault. They have so much food there. So
We believe in giving. See, the church helped me. Now, isn't it my time to help other
If
people?
you can, you help.
You sure do. And you know what? You do it because not because you're obligated, but because you want to. That's like what you're doing when you're helping provide, let your constituents know that you're there to help them, whether you agree with them or not. Am I correct?
Yeah, it's not my role to agree or disagree. It's my role to help people. So somebody calls up with a problem, you think the problem through, and like I saw down when we took the elevator, Gene Judy was down
Yeah,
there.
great guy.
I had to help Gene with his personal friend had a serious problem of eviction right at Christmas. I had to think that through and had to call him back, and thank goodness I gave him the right information, and he just thanked me because the lawyers interceded and a person didn't get evicted on the week of Christmas that was severely disabled.
Yeah.
And I don't think of politics.
No.
You think of helping people.
Yeah.
That's how you're supposed to do.
Judy, actually, I did a complete reading on him.
Did you?
About he would tell me everything that I told him when I first
Yeah.
got on about 10 years ago. Everything that I told him happened just the way I said it would.
He's always proven to be a very sincere guy.
He's an honest
I've
man.
known him for maybe 10 years, I guess.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he's a
an
very
excellent-
honest man.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about this guy. What's his name again?
James
Poopy-
Trebucci,
Tabucci. Poochie.
an activist.
And that's good. I'm going to call him Poochie because I
That's
don't remember
fine.
names.
So
Long as we don't call you
mean?
too late
What
for
is an
dinner.
activist? This guy, he's ferocious. At
I
campaign
am
time,
doing what's right.
he will put a leaflet in every door of every ward for the right cause. And
I'm
there's
going to
been
be
a
running
couple
for
causes.
school
yes.
board.
Look at last election, what I did.
I know he helped Frank Ginter
No,
because
Oh,
he
that was-
thought,
I helped your school board rep
yes,
get
know-
on this term because I knew we needed new.
You know, I got to
a
say
new
this
voice.
about
you did.
Russell Ouellette was on our show 2 weeks ago.
You helped me too.
Okay,
Yeah.
Russell
But
was
I'm
on.
just saying,
yeah.
I got someone that
Yeah.
needed help.
Yeah, Kelly.
Kelly couldn't really go around
Yeah, we
because
helped
she
her.
was in a wheelchair. So I said, I need a helper, and I believed in her. And
Kelly
she's
who?
And she's proven her point.
Kelly Thomas is our new school board rep for Ward 12,
Oh.
and she's a very nice young lady with kids in Northwest School. She has a
That's a
disability.
great school.
She has a disability, so James offered to put leaflets door to door for her. So thank you, James, because
Yeah.
you did a good job.
You're going to be on TV star for the year with all this work. We'll have you coming back on more often if you want.
That was all back in 2017. You
Yes.
got a lot more work to do.
Oh, yeah, he's
I-
just
We're
beginning.
going to keep you working.
I don't care because you know what? It's a
Call-
pleasure to
I'm
me.
teasing
If
you,
you
Jim.
have a call for a famous Keith
Hirschman.
My son is Kevin.
Kevin. Oh, really?
Kevin.
Oh, okay. So that's why I have a call because I don't remember names. But feel free.
We have a call? Is that what you're telling
No, I
us?
said if you have a call for him.
Okay.
But you are going to be respectful. You're not going to slam him. You're not going to slam any other party member or any. We are going to treat our guests, whether we agree with them or not, or or I'm like, I don't agree with the mayor, but that's okay. But I'm still going to show her respect.
That's right.
If you
She
can't
needs-
respect
I don't
them,
care if you're a mayor, you need
then
to
I want
have
your full
respect.
name and your phone number if you're going to try to slam somebody, because I'm not going to allow that. As you will see, Poochie will go after you. Then you'll be in trouble.
I'm exactly like you. I don't care what party you're in. I want the respect
Yeah.
when you're running, no matter what.
When I am, the first thing on my show is I always tell people, you're going to respect my guests. Because actually, you guys are the stars. And I'm only a tool. Even you're a star today.
No, I want to be known as an actor just because I
Well,
like
you're the
it. I
star
like being
today, right?
Totally involved.
Star of the
That's
day.
been my thing my whole
If
life.
you
I've been here.
decide to run for mayor, well, I already know, but if you decide
You
to
know.
run.
Oh, you're that, you're that guy
Right.
that knows everything?
What would you use for a platform?
Well, let's give it all out there so that they can take notes. Joyce, you listening?
I hope so.
I've always been the taxpayers guy. I got a key to the city from Ray Wazorek,
Oh,
saying
I
that I
loved
was
him.
the watchdog for the taxpayers.
He was actually one of the reasons why I moved here.
Okay. So I served 3 terms back in those days, and Ray gave me a nice key to the city and said that I was a top watchdog for the taxpayers. And I want to think that I haven't changed since then. Public safety and the taxpayers and the seniors and anybody that really needs help. I am a blue-collar guy, and I don't have to roll my sleeves up because they're already rolled up and I'm ready to go, and that's my MO.
And actually, I got to say, folks, from the first time, I had because I always dealt politicians, to be honest with you, because I've been through it all.
Norm's doubted me. Norm was doubting me. No,
Yes,
no,
I
no,
was.
no.
And then
You were,
my dad,
for real.
and for real, because then I got to know you.
Here we go.
Okay, and I remember, I think I said something to you. You answered back on it, and the correct answer on
I
Facebook
might
or
have.
whatever. So,
Oh, that's how I got on your show.
yeah. My,
'Cause,
yeah,
You had misconstrued my intentions, I
Right,
guess.
right,
And I
and
said,
you
oh,
said-
no, that's not me.
yeah. So you came back basically very honest. And my dad was a state rep.
Good.
He was a judge from New London.
A judge state rep. Whoa.
Yeah.
He was probably on the judiciary.
Right. He used to hide the checks. He's gonna go, how come you keep hiding all those checks? What were you doing? He said, you don't need to know. But I gotta tell you, I owe him a lot. He kept me from going to jail, to be honest with you. I was one of those Peck's bad boys.
Changed your ways.
Changed my ways. I had a choice either go to jail or go into nursing. I chose nursing, which I'm glad I did. But he was also a man who had a lot of connections and stuff. So when you have the right, but you have to prove yourself today. Everything that you do, you have to constantly prove yourself. But you enjoy it.
You would think that, but honestly, I wake up every day like I did the day before. If you're kind of authentic and you don't have to change and you
Yeah.
don't lie.
Yeah. And you also a state rep.
I was a state rep.
You were.
2004 to 2006, I represented Ward 10, 11, and 12, Old West Side. And I enjoyed it. I was up there helping write bills and laws, and it was okay. It was a lot bigger board than our Board of Aldermen.
I'm sure,
So I like the Board of Aldermen. That number of 12 or 14 people, that's more comfortable.
Oh, I got to say, Bill Berry, you're my alderman. I love you dearly. But when you voted for that party, I was upset. But
Bill's a good guy.
I think he's great. But
Bill is recovering. He doesn't feel too good right now, so he's getting over a little thing. And I hope you're feeling good, Bill.
yeah.
And
He and I worked together on the park, Sweeney Park.
Sweeney Park, where
He and
the
I
police
worked a lot of
substation
hours.
was. Yeah.
What kills me on this? They took all that old wood off it, the handicap and all
Yep.
that, right? and they put just the steps there. Now they're going to pull that mobile home or that trailer, whatever. They're going to pull it out of the park after spending all that money for the steps.
That's a waste.
And to me, that's a waste.
Well,
but they're doing a great job with the other
they
part of the
accepted
park.
funds, they being the police, but
Yeah.
way back 15 years ago, let's say, they accepted federal money for the police substation. So that was paid for by the federal government. We might have built the stairs and deck or whatever. So they would do reports there. It never really became a full-fledged station. The guys were there parking their car. Maybe they got warm. Maybe they wrote a report. I don't know if you
About
knocked.
the girlfriend. Well,
There was a couple volunteers from the Father Burns building
Yeah.
that used to go over there and kind of man it. I don't know if it was in the daytime, but that all kind of fell over the years, and now it's not needed. Policing has changed, so they don't have that thing in the park. But if you need them, the police are close by.
an hour away.
Our police department's doing pretty good, I believe.
I'm not going to make any comments on that.
The general disposition of some of society has slid. There's some more criminals than I remember when I was a kid growing up here. I lived up on Granite Street Hill. I used to walk down Granite Street, go to Squag Fruit, which was right next to Sweeney Park, and I would go play in Sweeney Park.
So you're originally from
I'm a
Manchester?
native, right from that neighborhood.
Well, Poochie and I are from not native.
These two are from the highfalutin town of New London is the richest town in the state.
Right,
just
we
about.
are.
I'm on my 27th year living here.
Oh, you're okay.
And I've
I'm
learned
30.
very,
30 for you,
I don't
you're
care,
okay,
and I've
sir.
learned very quickly what's right and wrong with politics.
But you know what I find interesting? This is the longest I've ever stayed in one area.
Yeah.
Well, you're not leaving, are you?
No.
Unless
Thank
you go
you.
to the good place.
Then like we go to the higher power. One of the things I'm looking with you also, you have a newbie that when you run for mayor, but you have a newbie that you're going to encourage to try to follow your footsteps.
That would be the natural course of procession.
Right, yeah, but most
You
people
know,
don't
yeah,
do
yeah,
that,
yeah.
you know.
You would want to have somebody to come in and make sure your ward is taken care of.
Yeah.
Sure.
And I see you training the person. One thing about you would always have, they'll come and they'll say, Keith, do you think I had the strength and the courage to run for alderman or something? And you would
You
have
have to
to
search your own soul for
right,
that.
that's what I said. I thought about running, but I had more fun doing it this way. I really do. I
you
could
have
have
a-
you on more, James.
You have a platform. You have a
Right.
television show that you have a following, and you enjoy it. And what did you say? 19 years.
19 years in
Good for
April.
you. 19 years, and then you
Going
got
on 3 years.
a new
Mr.
guest.
Hershmann, can
Yeah.
I ask you a question?
Sure.
Say you become mayor. I hope you do.
Oh, thank you.
Alrighty. Another thing, is it right or wrong? Just say yes or no. To call somebody a name. I don't care if you like that person or dislike. It doesn't matter with that person. Is it wrong to call a person out of their name for no reason because you don't like the person?
Well, it's an immature thing to do, and we're all guilty of it in our lifetime. From time to time, we lose our temper or we lose our
But
composure.
this person wasn't.
I'm
was
just
talking,
saying,
you know.
in many instances, people lose their composure and they overreact, and they demonize the person they're interacting with, and they call them a name. You know, you're a liberal, Johnny, or some other name. It's
But
not.
it comes
It's
out
not
and they
mature.
call
I mean,
this woman a
I've-
witch. In
a
other words,
witch.
with a B. With a B
I've-
at it.
well, people are thought of on those terms, but you probably shouldn't vocalize it. I mean,
It's an alderman.
yeah.
All right.
Listen,
Everybody
you
knows
watch
this
what they
man.
say.
There's heated moments for sure.
Yeah, but,
But,
I don't care.
I don't think I call anybody a witch or anything like
But
that.
it
you know.
starts with a B. I mean, he should never have done that. I mean, it's like me. If I didn't like you, I don't have no rights. Would he like anybody to go up to his wife and call her that? Or if he's got a daughter, come out of nowhere, and you
Yeah,
know what I
we
mean?
all have mothers and
That's right.
family and,
And I
people
hate
that love
word
us.
with-
So
I really do. I
nobody
hate that
wants to
one
see
word
anybody,
with a
you know,
passion.
torn down. We might disagree on something like these porta potties. That's not a
Yeah, there
big
you go.
disagreement, but it's a disagreement.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't call anybody a name over that.
No, you shouldn't. I mean, that
I
person
can
should be
honestly
sat
say
down.
that name calling, I am very proud that I don't do that. I don't. Have I been called many names? Oh yeah. Have I had people say if I come to your house, because I've had a lot of the opposite party tell me what they think of me, and I always find it interesting that people that have nothing better to do because they're losing is to come up with a name calling, and that doesn't prove anything.
No, it doesn't. It
Yeah.
only hurts you.
So, yeah, I mean, myself, I've been demonized because I'm in politics.
I have
and
too.
people have thought not well of me for some reason or another. But I took pride in that stuff really doesn't bother me. I don't laugh at the person. People have said some bad things. I look at them like in astonishment sometimes, like, really? Are you saying that? Me and Norm didn't have any adversarial relationship. We disagreed on one little thing, but then we met and we
Straightened it all right out.
straightened it all out and said, hey, look,
There you
we're
go.
both
Well, I
regular
want to
guys.
compliment you and what's his name, Baines, Tim Baines,
Tim Baines.
and the way you're fighting for the homeless people and the business people downtown.
Well,
Last
That's
week,
a
Mary
tough-
and I almost got attacked.
it's a tough thing
Last
that
week.
Was it
Last week,
Yeah.
that guy was coming after us.
Yeah.
nobody wants to see aggressive panhandling or people loitering or laying about. And it's sad that they're homeless. And the mayor did put a program, short-term program together to say, okay, we're going to open up this shelter in the daytime. So that's going to lead to them not being laying on Elm Street, which they shouldn't be. I was always a little tougher. I was kind of angry that they were kind of messing up my city. I wanted it straightened out quicker, but I'll take the course of action that we're on. I think that, we're going in
So
the right
we are
direction.
having it. So there is a program implemented.
The mayor found money. The department heads found money for her that was like federal money that could be used to improve the shelter. So the shelter's closed during the day, so they thought about it like they're supposed to. Hey, how do we fix this? Oh, if we apply some money, they can be open in a day and have some social workers making sure, if it's snowing out, you don't have to get kicked out at 6 a.m. You can actually stay here. Maybe we'll learn how to fill out job applications. Maybe we'll learn how to apply for a job. Maybe we'll learn how to search for a job. There's different things they're going to be doing with them. They're not just going to be like laying in a sleeping bag.
I got to say, I was very, when I first moved, when I first started getting sober 23 years ago, and I actually ate at the shelter.
Yeah.
I can't say I respected the staff that were there, to be honest with you. I went there to see if I can get help or whatever. Well, you don't live here, so we can't help you, quote unquote. But I got to say, there was this one woman who worked there, and she gave me a pair of moccasins. Many people out there have heard this story, but
Oh, yeah.
I love telling it. But she gave me a pair of moccasins. And I remember that saying, don't judge me unless you have walked in my shoes. And I started crying. She said, what are you doing? They're only shoes. But to me, it was the beginning of a new era.
She really helped you.
And she really did. And the food, dear, people are never satisfied. You should go sometime and
I have gone. I have served, and my daughter, even she's a bank manager. She serves. There are a lot of people that are in different degrees of need.
right.
Some people will admit that they need help, and they will get a
true.
meal. Thank goodness,
Yeah.
because you don't want people to starve. There's some people that have too much pride to go, and I feel bad for those people.
Oh, they actually helped me in my early years in getting sober by it. They giving me boxes of food to take home. So, and the sad part is people in this city should be grateful for the help there is to be offered to them. There is a lot of help out there if people want it.
There
You agree with
seems
that,
to be.
James?
Yes, I am. Because you're right. There's a lot out there.
And the people, I can't do this. But you know what? That, like you just said, that Verizon, is it called Horizon?
Horizon.
Horizon, okay. They have people that are wanting to help them. They have a lot of facilities, but a lot of them prefer to stay. Why, I don't know. I used to I had 2 or 3 homeless people that would come and stay with me. But I also had rules. You don't drink, you don't smoke cigarettes, you don't do this and that. And then you could feel the restlessness, so they had to move on. Because a lot of them are there, they get the need to, like, remember the old hobo days when they,
Yeah.
well, you're too young for that, but the old hobo days
I
there.
remember the rail yard before.
The hobo jungle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was a young youth. I used to walk across the bridge. There was a Bradley's and a Stop and Shop,
Yeah.
I believe.
Oh, I don't know.
And we'd
Yeah.
have to walk by hobo jungle. You might see one or two downtrodden people, and you knew, don't talk to them because they're heavily drinking or something. We were little kids.
Yeah.
We kept.
They
our
had two
noses-
hobo jungles.
Two of them.
Really?
Huh?
They had two of them. Yeah.
You know, I can remember I heard all about a zoo. Okay, you know the club zoo, right? And I'm looking and I'm there. Well, what the hell is this zoo? I'm looking for the real.
Oh, the bar
zoo.
room? The bar room.
But I was
The
looking for the
zoo.
real zoo, right?
The
And
zoo
all of
was a
sudden
zoo.
driving-
Union Street.
Right. And when driving by, moving, and there was a whole bunch of people against the wall with the cops there. I go, what is that? Oh, that's the zoo. I go,
Yeah.
oh, what is this appointment? But you know what, folks? Until you learn how to live in this city with all that's going on, we have a wonderful city. There's only that little minority of things that are problems. I could never picture myself living anywhere else.
There's a lot of potential here.
And it's growing. The only thing I bitch about is like on Ward 11. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
We won't mention about Ward 11
We
here.
won't.
I've represented
Wa-
Ward 11, sure.
Yeah, and 112 and 10. The thing that bothers me, I don't see a whole lot of industry like supermarket, like when Vistas went out of business.
Yeah.
I would have loved to have seen another store go in there or something like that. But I guess Rite
Something
Aid
for
bought
the
the
west,
building.
the west side.
That's
people
hey,
need a
that's the
high
problem
rise,
over
you
there
need something.
because you got the high rises of the old people that can't
They need
go, and
something.
they got very hurt when that store closed.
Yeah, I went very. They had a cashier there always, because I cry when I spend money. Do you cry when you spend money? No. I'm very cheap. I count it this way. That's because I'm Jewish, so I count it this way. And my granddaughter holds her hand out this way. But there was this lady that worked there, and she had a roll of paper towels. She said, "Oh, here you go. Here's your crying towel." And those are the things that you have fun and you remember. And it's all because I got sober. Because most people would not have. I know I wouldn't have had the show. I would have probably got kicked off the first day, But the one thing is, what can we do to improve the West Side?
In which way?
The
The west side
financial.
is predominantly residential.
Right. Well, I mean, is
My
there any?
ward is 96% residential.
Right.
There's a couple of gas stations. There's a couple of hotels. Or
Yeah,
you
it's
look-
mostly Ward
Or
12
you
is
live
mostly residential.
So-
Not a lot of
But-
there are
What I'm
apartments, but
trying
not
to
a lot.
say is my ward is pretty buttoned down. Ward 11 is a living residential ward with Main Street, South Main Street, as the industry.
I thought that was Ward 12, South Main Street.
No.
Bill Barry has.
Ward 10.
So Norm Gamache and I, where
Who's
that
that?
big factory is, that General Mills factory.
Oh
that
yeah,
makes jumper
yeah.
cables
Cables,
and all
yeah.
that. Our
Cable.
wards meet right there.
Really?
Okay.
So I'm to the north, and Norm is to the south, and then his ward meets Bill Barry's down past West High School.
Who's Norm Gabash?
He's our alderman in Ward 11.
Oh, he is.
Yes.
Oh, okay. How come I never seen him there?
He comes to our meetings. He sits right next to me, and we talk. He doesn't say a lot on the microphone, but he's
Oh, that's his spirits here.
in his spirit. Listen, Norm does talk to me about ward issues because our wards bump up against each other, and people always get confused. Is this Keith's ward or is this Norm's ward? And sometimes it's both. And so we both get in on Eddy Road. We applied for some traffic lights from Bremer Street, the hill coming down. So those are going to be installed, I would say, next spring.
That's good.
We collaborated on that on the traffic committee.
I asked because, like on Second Street, that's that big building where this guy ran for mayor and he rented all that store out there out in front town. It was
On Second
Abba,
Street,
yeah,
what was the name?
Abba. He was across the street. from
Ali
the street.
Baba.
Yeah,
Yeah, he owned a store, way down on 2nd Street. That's now a hair salon or
Yeah,
something else.
yeah. I didn't realize it, and so I walked in. I said, "You have fresh meat here." They showed me the counter one, and I said, "But I don't see any ham." And I said, "Oh no!" And I said, "Oh my God!" I had to humbly apologize, but their prices were pretty expensive too. For a jar of Rigo spaghetti sauce that you buy at the market for $1, they were $2.25 and stuff. But I met the guy. He was a nice guy. But
I met him.
But he was a nice guy. I mean, he treated me nicely, The only place I could get raw milk.
Raw milk. Unhomogenized or unpasteurized?
Unpasteurized, right from the cow.
Right from the cow?
When I cream that thick on it, oh yeah.
I know.
And I love.
That must be a
love
New
goat's
London
milk.
Northerner thing.
It is.
You
It
got
is a
like
New
a
London. Did you get raw
'Cause
milk?
I'm like
Yes.
more of a hood milk guy.
Right.
You know, I have to have
and they deliver it to you all for you.
They used to.
Yeah.
They used to come to the door when we were kids.
My foster mother used to make whipped cream, used to make all this stuff, and then take this cheesecloth and drain the milk from the cow into a special containers. Oh yeah, those are our sad part is people in this city have got to work together.
And you know what I find some of the problems is? Mayors should open the door and just say, take someone like me who could go in and give them examples or help them out and say, this is what I find the problem is for being homeless. Because one time I used to be on the street. So I know where the disconnect is, where they're getting the jobs, what the problem are, they're getting someone to hire you, or they're getting to and from the job to get started. See, these are the problems. Some of them I'm hearing now are having what I had. So if you don't have somebody helping you get to that door, get an employer to hire you, or get someone to drive you every day to work, let's say, until you get your first paycheck or your second paycheck. It's all this stuff because people look at, what's your address? 199 Manchester Street? What are they going to say? We don't want to hire you because they don't know if you're going to be a reliable person. You need someone going in and saying, give this person a chance. Go in and talk to them. You know what I mean? This is how you're going to get
You're right. He would make a good advocate.
So what I'm saying is the mayor should
James has been a good advocate on a lot of issues.
Meaning
He
the
should be
mayor.
working. He should be working with the mayor.
I'm saying the mayor should open the door and say, take someone like me and say, if I want to solve the homeless, what's your opinion on what, let's say, someone like me has? Because I can give them stuff, not just the money part. What's the little things? Because there might be people like me I'll drive someone to work or stuff like that.
Hey, when he gets elected mayor, remember that.
He's like that.
Folks, he's throwing that all over the place. The reason that I have been a staunch conservative for taxpayers is because I grew up poor. So I am a realist. I realize that if you raise taxes, rents have to be raised, not to the amount of the taxes, because they need to make a profit. So they're going to raise you more.
See, and what he does, or other people
So
when they run,
I've
they
always
run.
been conservative.
Yeah. People run and they go into office and they'll go to house. I start saying, I'm going to do the opposite. I go to apartment to get
Don't hit
people
the table, please.
No, to help people off the couch because they need to realize just because they're a renter like you, Norm, let's say, you pay taxes.
Oh, yeah.
So if you don't go out and vote as a renter, you're hurting yourself.
Well, I
it's
tell
not
people.
Just being a homeowner.
I tell people that if you don't register to vote and don't vote, don't bitch.
You don't have a say.
You don't have a right to say. Shuffle these up there, Keith.
Shuffle on
Shuffle them up.
camera. Well,
On camera.
I'm a lefty, so I kind of do it this way. I'm
Then
not
we'll do Jim. Jim, you
not
want a card
big-
reading after?
a big fancy
You
guy.
know, you never put
Let's-
politicians on my name. I get aggravated. That's all.
Maybe you should run for alderman.
No, I would like to help somebody in office if I ever can. That's my avenue.
You've helped many people.
No, I mean help a mayor out or whatever when they're in office. Help
Okay.
them.
I've
Give
been
them what
asked
they
to
need.
run for
Don't look at 'em.
alderman,
Take out
so
5
I might go.
I'm supposed to take out
Right.
5
Yeah,
cards
don't
out of
look
this.
at 'em.
Out of this. And the ones that are attracting me, I'm the guy
Okay.
that
We might have to put tape on his mouth until we get done reading here.
James?
Yeah. Until I get
I don't
James
done.
have
is just
enough name
excited.
recognition. That's my problem.
That one way over there. There's my 5 cards.
One other thing I am going to tell you is that your mother is really proud of you.
Oh, well, that's awesome. Because I
She's-
lost my mom in 1995.
Right. She never thought you would be as far as you are in life.
Did I already tell you that?
Yeah. A little bit a while ago. I knew that she had died, but she should give me a message.
I
She
had,
also told me you started out dirt poor when you had your business, didn't you?
Yeah, sure.
Yep.
And you've worked very hard to work.
Sure.
You've worked 18 hours a day and some. If all the people that you owe you money for the job that you have done for them, you would be in this higher level. But you wrote it off.
It's not about the money.
My customers have paid me handsomely for what I've done for them, and I've protected them, and they've protected me, and I have no complaints.
Okay. I'm just
Yeah,
saying there are
yeah.
some that you just overlook. I'll take those.
Yeah. Oh, you want my cards?
Yeah.
Okay. So the short story I can tell you is
Yeah.
I filed for alderman in June of 1995, and my mother looked at me and said, "It's kind of a big undertaking. You sure you want to do that?" And I said, "Yep, I'm in. That's it. I'm doing it." And she passed away in July of '95, so she never got to see me get elected or anything. So it's been a long time.
What if I
I
told
miss
you
her.
she did see you? She was
That
right
would-
with you.
That would make me feel.
One
very
thing
good.
about spirit, people don't understand about spirits is they are with you always.
That's good to hear.
Okay? And she said that she just loves your children.
Oh, good.
Okay?
Yeah.
And she thinks your wife is a sweetheart.
She is.
Your wife is a lot like your mother.
There's days.
Yeah. You know what I find interesting? That mothers.
I love my wife. But
Right.
there's days.
You've been married
yeah.
a long time.
Oh, yeah.
But,
Oh,
but
yeah.
mothers, I mean, husband, like you would look for almost like the mother image of your wife, and then a woman will look for the mother or the daddy image when they get married. One thing I also, you had 2 children?
2 children. Very nice. Full grown.
You
Two
know what?
grandchildren.
You and your wife did a great job raising those children.
Thank you.
Okay, and I'm not bashful about telling somebody either, one way or the other. I actually had a lady get up and cry out of my office
I'm not going to cry, folks.
because I told her she was horrible.
Yeah.
You don't go and tell children what to leave price tags on your children's Christmas presents.
Oh,
You know,
boy.
you were firm though, but your wife was firm. Who was disappearing? Your wife more than you?
My wife would be home raising the children, and she would be the one to say, "Wait till your father gets home." So I would get home. She had mostly everything under control. She was wonderful. But if I had to get involved, I just took a look. And that was the end. I never had to raise my hand to anybody. Those kids would run if they saw me look at them.
And you don't have to beat them.
Yeah, no.
You know, I'm not opposed to spanking, but but I am opposed to beating.
My mother was a Sunday school teacher. But if a spanking need to be doled out, you better run, because she could do it.
My dad
she
would
did.
tip. Yeah, my dad would tip his hat. Even though I don't really
Yeah,
know
yeah.
my dad,
Yeah.
but when he come home after a minute, he would tip his hat, and I knew I was in trouble. Whether I did it. One thing I'm also looking at you too is you're going to be losing the weight that you want to lose.
It's been coming off a little bit.
Okay.
I think
No,
it's because I'm
right,
getting older.
Right? No, you don't want to. You don't be impatient. Because once you're impatient and you let it happen again, and it's going to come right back again. I also will see that your blood
Let's-
pressure is coming down.
Let's hope so.
I know so.
Yeah.
We never hope. What do we do, man? We never hope, do we? We always
No
know.
one.
Okay.
We'll hope.
One of the you're going to meet a lot of interesting people more than you have now.
I have met a considerable amount of interesting people, but there are still a lot of people to engage.
Oh,
with.
you haven't
they don't-
done yet.
You just don't know them. You know,
Yeah,
It's
You're retiring now, right?
pretty soon. Pretty
Another
soon.
year.
We'll see.
Another year.
Hopefully, it's not forced on me.
No, it's on your own. Health-wise, you're really okay.
I'm okay. I'm
I don't
okay.
see you with cancer.
If somebody did get my blood pressure up, I could chase them down the block and catch them. Trust me.
Right, okay.
Trust me.
Yeah. One of the things that I use for high blood pressure is cinnamon. That brings it down, like cinnamon candy and stuff, like any natural cinnamon. I also will tell you that, you and your wife were married in your past life together.
In our past life,
And that's why you get along so well today. I'm not going to tell you it's all been peaches and cream. That's God. Anybody says their marriage is all peaches and cream, there's something wrong. But the one thing you two have never done is close the door to communication.
no, we're good at that.
You're always communicating, and I think that's
Yeah,
very
we're good at
important. I also am a little bit concerned about your wife's hearing.
Hearing. Oh, I better turn the TV down.
You have the TV loud, do you?
She does.
She should have a hearing aid, but she won't. Okay. I also will tell you, you two are going to be around. How long you been married? 50-something years?
Not that long. We got married in 1980, folks. So that would be 39 years this fall.
Well, look at this.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I'm actually looking at 55.
Yeah, I could make that.
You're going to be around for a long time. You're going to be going down the food line when a wheelchair or walker. Where's the food, honey? Let's go get the food now. You know. But I also will tell you, your children are very successful too, aren't they?
They're very good kids. They're very successful. They are.
You have 2 boys.
My daughter is
Oh, your
the
daughter.
oldest.
Okay.
She's a banker, and my son is managing a big company. He's kind of like an engineer, making some good
Your
money.
daughter
and
has
raising
got
his
a
family.
big promotion coming.
I wouldn't doubt that. She's been very useful at her company, helping out when other people are sick. She's been able to take over their roles. So
I actually see her becoming a
um,
vice VP.
I would see in someday that she could easily be a bigger role. She's
No,
a
she
very,
I actually
very
would get
nice-
her becoming a VP.
Yeah.
And I actually see her or being offered another position with another bank. Because
Oh.
she's very smart at what she does and she's very dedicated.
But she's very loyal.
Yeah.
So I think she'll stay where she
So-
is, but get promoted.
Right. And she's very dedicated to her people. And boy, they can't. Boy, she would make a great politician. I would just put it that way. But the one
Well,
thing I will say
Let me
is
just
that,
say there's been a few days she's propped Dad up pretty well.
right. Okay. And she doesn't lose in a debate.
She's got a strong personality. I've never heard her debate,
Come on.
but I wouldn't see her losing.
No. She would make a hell of a lawyer. Let's put it that way.
She probably
Okay.
would have.
Your son also, I see him moving into a higher position too.
Could be.
I actually is he a general manager now?
He is. He could possibly own that company.
Because I do
would
see
think,
that
yeah.
could be where I see
I
him
think
buying
that's
it.
that's his
And
next
Dad's
move.
going to back him up on whatever he does.
Here's 10 cents. yeah, I'll
But
have
you
to
know what
say,
I'm saying.
My son's good.
M-
Yeah, he's-
You are. I got to tell you, the one thing that I see with your family is, it's not about money.
it gives me great pride to
It's not-
say my son is definitely more successful than me, and that's what every parent could hope for.
and that's the way I believe too. My son
Yeah.
is a lot more successful.
He's successful, and I'm proud of him, and I have grandchildren now, and
You hang the grandkids upside down and beat on them once a day.
no, we don't see him every day.
I'm only kidding, folks.
yeah.
I remember I said that one day. Remember
I
that? I
know,
got
Tommy
100.
Paul.
I got so many phone calls. I'm only kidding, folks.
So I have a little clone. He looks like me,
Uh-oh.
and I have a little granddaughter. It's lovely, red hair. So, yeah, we're blessed.
Yeah. I am
Yeah.
my granddaughter. I almost lost her almost a year ago to suicide because of being bullied in the schools here in Manchester. But she outgrew it, and now I am so proud of her. She's working. She's working in.
Good.
She's going to be a veterinarian tech, and she's working in an animal hospital.
Wonderful.
So, folks, no matter how bad life is, talk to your parents, right? Talk to your parents. You have any kids?
No,
You sure?
correct.
Really? I think you do.
He might someday.
Yeah. Are you a player? No. You own your own house?
No,
Are you ready to?
no,
Okay. I asked you, one of the things I'm asking you, you have a sister?
No.
No.
If I did, it would not be a legitimate sister. I was raised as an only child.
Okay, because there's a woman who thinks she's your sister.
Okay.
Okay, she's pretty successful. She's going to talk to you about different things about life and your parents. Were they divorced?
No, it was an awkward situation.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I'm not going to go into deep into
Yeah.
that, but you need to write a book about how you succeeded.
Well,
You started with nothing, and look at where you are today. And I
my
don't
mother
mean
was a very
money-wise.
strong woman that raised me.
Polish.
German.
Oh, German. Okay.
And she had a big brother, and you talk about abortion or choice and rights and all that kind of stuff. my mother talked to her big brother. She got pregnant, and she said, what do I do? And he said, well, in our family, you raise the child, or you put him in an orphanage so somebody else can raise him. We don't believe in abortion or anything like that. So my mother decided she was going to raise me on her own, and she did. And she worked a job, and I had an aunt that babysat me. But yeah,
But you knew right from wrong. And
Oh,
what
yeah.
what was on the table, you
Oh, yeah.
ate. You didn't question what was being served.
I didn't have a bad or a mean spirit ever.
No,
I
no,
grew
but I
up-
mean, but-
my mother was like a Sunday school teacher,
Yeah, so
and
she-
preaching morals,
yeah.
and yeah,
Do you see where in New York they can abort the baby up to 6 months old now?
it's very sad. It's very sad. So
That's murder.
you know,
But I'm glad I'm not common. Have to pay that back. Let's put it that way. One thing I'm also seeing, if you actually ran for like state rep again, you would win. Your life is creative. I mean, if you did, I'm not saying you're going
you know what
to.
I really enjoyed? I really enjoyed coaching. I coached baseball, football, even girls softball. I enjoyed it because I got to mentor the youth, and there was a lot of kids just like me that were being raised like their mom. There was a lot of young ladies I coached in softball that just had a mom.
Yeah, it's sad.
I
There's so many
enjoyed,
single parents.
I was kind of not a forceful figure, but I was a strong person in their life that they could, and people still see me and call me coach today.
Yeah. You know, the thing is about you, and it's a blessing, or I think, is that you still have these people that have that respect for you
I
because
like
you
that.
earned it.
Thank you.
You know, people don't just respect you just because you're there, but you earned the respect. You were a fair but no nonsense coach.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's true.
One of them I'm also looking at too is make sure you take your wife on a cruise.
Well, we did that, and guess what happened? Mrs. H ended up taking care of me
Uh-huh.
because we're on this cruise out of Boston to Bermuda, and I got sick.
Oh my God.
And my wife is in a handicap cart, and she went down below 11 decks. This is a huge cruise ship. 11 decks. She took the elevator down to find the nurse. Some Swedish nurse came up to our cabin with a needle this long
Oh my God.
to give me a shot, and I was so sick I let her do it. And I don't like needles. And I said after that cruise, I will never take another cruise. So your cards could be
No.
seeing the past more than the future.
No,
'cause
I'm
I'm
seeing
not
another cruise coming.
I don't think I'm
And
that
you'll be fine.
foolish. I don't think
Oh,
I
no,
would
and
ever.
you will be fine.
When I tell you I got
Sick.
close
Yeah, you
to
could have
death.
died. Yeah.
Yes.
But for some reason,
That changes your mind on that.
it was the bad food that you ate.
No, it was the
Just a long ago,
it was the
huh?
Atlantic Ocean. But they had one deck way up 11 flights. The top deck was a buffet from here down the block
Oh,
of
yeah.
food. And it was all paid for, and I couldn't eat it.
Oh my goodness.
I was
But
so
I'm telling
sick.
you, I'm not going to take me
Yeah.
right away. I'm looking at between
So-
5 and 7 years.
So if there's anything I'm a big baby about, it's cruises.
I don't. I
Because
would
you're
want
going to
go
do
on
a lot.
cruise. I had
And
a
another
chance.
thing, you're doing a lot of country cruising around the United States. You know?
I'd like that. I'd
I
like
see
to.
you maybe on a train or maybe
You know, I'd
getting
like to get on an RV and
Yeah,
just-
that's what I'm saying.
disappear
I see you
somewhere.
actually taking a month off and going traveling.
Okay.
You got to have somebody take care of your dog.
Yeah, that would have to be. You want to take care of a dog?
If the dogs can withstand being without you, because you two seem to be so attached to your animals.
I'll
I'm
take your
serious.
dogs with you. They
Well,
are your
can they
babies.
stay
aren't
without
A
they?
you?
dog can stand in one spot and jump 5 feet.
No,
in the air.
I meant be without you because they're so attached to you. I've
Yeah.
noticed.
Yeah,
My dog is. She lays right in the side. She'll be 15 next month.
we are dog people.
You got a lot of good changes coming, but I don't see retiring as soon as you think you're going to be. You're not. What I call retiring, you may retire from the business, but what I call retiring is people just sit around. Oh, what am I going to do today? I'm going to watch
I
TV.
can't do that.
That you're too hyper for that. You've always been a hyper child. You've
I-
always been on the go.
Yeah, I've done like 1 year. I was an alderman. I was a football coach, an alderman, a business owner, and everything all at once. I don't know how I fit it in, but I did.
But that's who you are.
Yeah, and I
You
could.
can multitask.
I wouldn't like to lay around.
Can you multitask?
Yes.
No, not me. I get all upset if I. I also will tell you that you do a lot of entertaining.
Not anymore. We were the family that always had the swimming pool in our home, so we were the big entertainment of the neighborhood. But I took the pool down, and we seem to have less friends when
Isn't that
with the
amazing?
swimming pool,
You know?
So yeah, we used to entertain.
Yeah, because I do see you starting again if you decide to become a candidate. Yes, I said if you decide, of course, and I think you're doing a lot. I also will tell you, it's amazing. Like when I gave up drinking, 23 years ago, I had no friends. Only when I was drinking. I had a room that would make a bar, discotheque look sick, and I had the lights, I had the built-in bar, you name it, I had it all. But when I went to sell it, nobody would buy it. When I gave it away, it didn't take long. So that's the good part about it. I also will tell you that there are 2 bills that are going to be coming before you, the aldermen. That one thing about it is, whenever I don't know if you're sponsoring it with another person, but it's to be the betterment of Manchester. Whether it's a health, I'm looking at like something to do with the health issues and
any ordinance that I put forward, it's always for
the betterment.
the betterment.
And the one thing about it,
sure,
you don't back down. No one's going to back you down. If they can prove that you're wrong, then you will.
I would fight for a position. Ultimately, you win or lose, and you don't take it personal. You just move on. I mean,
wouldn't it be boring if there are a couple? There's one person I'll never vote for, and I'm not going to mention his name, and that's not right. One other thing I also would tell you is that, like I said, if you decide to, there's a young man. No, actually, I take that back. It's a young woman that you might encourage to run. She's really gun-ho for the city of Manchester.
Good.
And she's about, I'm going to say, 25 or 26 years old. And she has a lot of that sentiment. And believe you already know her.
I do. Good.
And she doesn't pull
I'm not as
punches.
psychic as you, so I don't know who it is.
Well, it'll come when you least expect it,
Yeah.
But the one thing about it is you will always be a great mentor, whether it's in politics, whether it's helping someone in need, or whatever. I actually see you doing a lot of volunteer programs. Because you're a firm believer to give back to the city what you received. And like what do you get, 85,000 a year as an alderman, right?
Yeah, I think you have to minus about 80,000, something like that. Yeah, it's not a lot of.
Now,
I think it covers the money that we get. Honestly, that I get, it covers all. I go around the whole ward meeting people in their homes. Probably covers the gas.
Yeah. Now when the mayor has a chief of staff, and how many other people do they have under that? I'm not just saying her. I'm saying others.
This mayor has a chief of staff. She has a communications officer, and she has a receptionist, clerk of the works that's out in front, probably doing all kinds of tasks. 3 staff people plus herself, so it's a team of 4.
What's it cost the city?
A little more than $250,000, maybe $250,000.
Not too much.
Well, the people that are on that staff, they get a salary, they get health benefits. I don't know if they get retirement benefits, but sick leave, vacation. It's a job. Yeah. They're serving the city. The staff is needed. They give them different titles. I wouldn't give them those titles.
No.
I would say you're all, beholden to the people, and you all have the same title. Just, if anyone comes in here, you help them.
We could put, let's just do, put you there. We'll put you on as an advocate for
you could
the
be an
people.
outreach.
An outreach program director.
There you go.
He would. I know he would do good at it. He doesn't look like he really shows interest, but he really does. He does care. Oh, that hurts me to be.
Well, he said he knows things firsthand. I mean, I've read on social media of a few people, not just one, that it's a cycle. You don't have a vehicle, so you don't get a job.
You don't have that, and
or
you
if
don't
have
have
an
that
address
to get into. An employer to say, I will hire this person.
Yeah.
They look at you wrong. You would have to go down and say, talk to the person that hires or the guy that owns the company and say, can you give such and such a chance?
Yes. So the business that I'm in, I have to do serious background checks. I have a very serious security firm. But there are people that could work in retail, grocery stores, whatever. There's plenty of employment opportunities that they have to be given a chance.
If I didn't have an employment counselor help me, I would not be working at Home Depot.
And James has waited on me at Home Depot. I won't say which one to get him in trouble.
Yeah.
But he's helped me. What was I picking out? Christmas ornaments or something?
Yeah, and
Were you in the one in Bedford?
We're
No.
not telling.
No, we're not telling.
So he's helped me many times. He's very knowledgeable. There's like,
Actually, I actually, the one in Bedford, I got to pay a compliment to. I want to,
Yeah.
But the one in Manchester, I turned the service person into the office.
Oh, you have. I mean, if you have a bad experience, that's your right.
Oh, I did. I called right away. I mean, I don't appreciate being down dressed and all that. when I
Or if
answer a
someone's
question.
good, they should get the recognition.
Oh, that I do too.
Yeah.
I will call in the main office. So and so, Poochie there gave me and was a big help to me and blah blah blah. But this guy was just arrogant. I asked him for where to do a certain ceiling price word if they cut it down and stuff like that. Why do you think I need to tell you all that? I said because you work here. Well, I don't have to answer any of your questions. And I go, oh, no, I'm the wrong person. I let him know on Facebook, and I let him know on my TV show. That's like yesterday. You ever go to a place on South Main Street?
Blake's?
Yeah.
Oh, it's a wonderful place. That's, long standing. Years and years ago to Blake's.
Yeah.
Sure.
We went there yesterday, my daughter-in-law and I. I cannot complain about them. I had before, but when I've complained, they've always rectified it. And it's funny, the same waitress 20 years ago was the same that I had, was the same waitress that waited on me then.
So back when I was a young guy at West High School, a lot of the girls at the school worked there. So, I've been going there getting ice cream and whatever since I was a kid. But I like it. It's more of a senior atmosphere to
Right.
me, and I enjoy that. It's very calm and serene, good food. Yeah. It's a good bargain, too, by the
Yeah.
way. I can say this. The prices are better there than maybe IHOP or some of the breakfast
Go there
places.
on Tuesday, you and I can get a 10% discount.
Off of my senior discount?
You're a senior citizen, you can get a 10% on it. I went yesterday, they got 10% off.
I might have
But
just
I
turned
had-
senior. I don't
yeah.
know.
I had it. No, they advertised it. I had their Supreme omelet. Oh my God! I couldn't eat it.
They
all.
have good omelets. Yes.
You eat out a lot?
Yes. Blake's is is one of the places I
It's
like.
affordable too.
Yes,
right?
it is.
I like the one over on going towards
Daniel Webster Highway.
Daniel Webster
Yeah,
Highway.
yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
I
one.
That
like
one's
that one.
tucked away, and
Yeah.
people don't think of it.
Right.
You have to say, "Oh yeah, let's go over to the Blake's." So
The only thing I have to say, I wish you'd do the remodeling of Blake's on South Main Street.
a little old now.
Oh yeah. Well, you said there's a hole in the back seat of the chair where you're sitting. One of the booths here.
as soon
but
as they
the-
fix that hole, your price is going up on your omelet.
Oh, I know. So
So
we'll keep
forget
it that
about
way,
You know
right?
what you can do?
Yeah.
Bring some duct tape.
Hey, there you go. But I got to say, most of the restaurants that I have been in here, I can't complain about. I do miss Greg's place.
And I played football with a guy that owns Chez Vachon, so I'm a loyal Chez Vachon guy.
I don't like them
like
because
that
they
place.
charge you for everything instead of putting it all in the like when I have an omelet, I got to pay so much for this, so much for that, so much for
Oh, they don't have a.
a set fee,
No, they don't.
and that's what I don't like. Do you eat beans for breakfast?
No. I
Do you?
wasn't raised that way.
No.
I love oatmeal. I love tea.
Yeah.
I love toast. Like good oat bread or something that's going to help
Yeah.
your
Digestive system,
physicality.
fiber,
Yeah. I like the healthy stuff. I'm not a guy that's eating the bacon and the ham and all
Oh,
that.
give me all that.
Yeah, the big.
Every morning I like 3 eggs and toast.
Okay.
If I don't have my eggs, I get all upset. My poor partner hears about it. One of them I'm also going to tell you.
You should raise a chicken then.
Huh? Yeah. Yeah, we can now, can't we?
You can have one chicken.
I want to know what you can do when the coffee disappears.
Well, we'll go down to Colombia and get some more.
Because they're claiming, no, coffee beans in the entire world is supposed to be gone at some point.
No. No. We got another
I just-
20 years. You got in the next 3 months. You got some pretty big decisions concerning you and your family, you and your wife. Okay.
Next 3 months, yep.
Yeah, I don't see you selling your house.
No.
You're gonna be there until the flowers root on the flowers.
Yeah, I'm
You know.
kind of one of those guys that, once you set your mind on something, you stick with it. And my house, I love my house.
Yeah.
I think they'll be dragging me out of there.
You
someday.
actually have very good vibrations in that house. The energy in that house is very, very positive
Good.
because you don't allow the negative energy. Who's the one that has to have everything in your house to be in perfect order? Your wife?
Sometimes that's me.
Yeah.
My wife is good though. She's a good organizer,
Yeah,
but
that's
I
what I
like.
mean.
I don't
But
like
you're
it if
more
things are kind of a mess.
Never bring up the word Christmas in that house.
Oh, my wife is a big Christmas person. She has tubs and tubs of Christmas.
That's why I said
stuff.
never bring that up.
So I just put it all away.
Yeah.
And that's
The thing that this year, well, actually I said it, but this year, I decorated my porch in my house for the first time in 12 years because where I lived before, they said that they looked too scummy and too each other fine. And we went to Home Depot. And then we went to Lowe's.
close.
Yeah. And oh my God, if you know what the thing is, you can find prices enough so that you can, be reasonable in prices. One of the things I also will tell you, how old is your grandson?
9 already.
Okay. Pretty smart, huh?
He's a genius. He's a little genius. Yeah.
He outsmarts the teachers, you know that, right?
He could. He has his
he has to
challenges,
be
but
good.
he has some skills too. He's a smart little guy.
Look for him following your footsteps in the
Mm.
political world.
No, let's hope not. But
He wants to be like his grandpa.
he hangs out with me. He's marched in parades with me.
And you have a hell of a good time with it.
Oh yeah, he's great.
That's like my heart is broken. My granddaughter is now 19. For the first 8 years before they moved, we went to inseparable. Went climb Rock Remen,
Yeah.
Remen Rock, or how you pronounce it. And she would make the sandwich, but I had to make sure I bought the soda. Went climb. And you miss all these little things. And you don't have to have a lot of money to do
No.
things. Ooh, you and your wife, let me tell you, the relationship
Everything's
that
coming
you,
up jacks there. That looks
yeah,
pretty
which
good.
is a good thing.
Hearts.
Financially, you're going to be okay.
Wait a minute. What kind of a deck are you playing? Oh, that's a queen and a jack. Two. I saw 2 hearts. I get.
Don't you wish? But the one that you're going to be around till you're between 95 and 102 years old.
Wow.
It's him. I always wonder how long you think his wife is going to last.
Well,
That's
his
from
wife-
what I've been hearing from him.
listen. I got to tell you. April 9th, 2001. That changed my world. My wife and I were both 40 years old, and she had a massive stroke. It's now 2019, so it's, a long
And she's still in a wheelchair?
time. No, she walks, and she's taking medication, and she's good. She hasn't had those major strokes since because
She's going to be,
maintained.
let me tell you, with the love that she has from you.
She
which is
doesn't
the
want
most
to leave me,
important.
huh?
Nope, and neither do your children want her to leave.
Yeah.
I'm actually between 92 and 93 years old.
Wow. If that was true, that'd be great.
I'm telling you, I believe this. I don't
Um,
usually say something.
My mom died at 63.
Anyway,
So I don't know about everybody else, but that's playing in my head. You know,
Yeah.
when you lose a
Yeah.
parent.
My mother died at 63.
So my mother was 63, and I'm like 59 and a half. So I may be
tell
more
you-
of a go-getter because I'm worried I'm not going to be 95
I
ever.
tell you,
know?
I'm
I don't
looking
know.
at her. I
But-
tell you, I'm looking at her being around for a long time to be a pain in your butt.
Yeah, I
Okay.
enjoy it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, all my family members died in their 60s. My 5 sisters, my 2 brothers, my dad, my foster mom was 43, my real mom, and everybody all lived to be in their 60s. And I got told by a tarot card reader that I wasn't going to live past 67. Okay, and I said, wow, I can change that. Like you can change anything you want to change. When I gave up alcohol 23 years ago, I gave up cigarette smoking 6 years ago in May. Actually, right here on my TV show, I got hypnotized.
Wow.
With Matt Cotterton, you must know him.
Oh, yeah, I've seen him do that before.
Yeah, and one thing I know about you too is that you're going to meet a lot of relatives or go to some kind of reunion, whether it's on your wife's side and you're going to have one of the greatest experiences you have.
That would be nice.
I do see you doing some traveling. Maybe not the ocean, but I do see you doing some traveling. Okay. One thing about this, that the spirit or God says, you know what, to your wife, because your wife actually died and came back to life.
I believe that.
And she says, you know what, you can't let this poor man go by himself. and she has been so instrumental in your growth spiritually, physically, and you also have been a very strong experimental in your wife's life.
We have been both sides of the coin, and we've been a team for sure.
And that's like my son and daughter-in-law. My son and daughter are the only ones on both sides, his side and her side, that have never been married more than once. Those two have been together for almost 30 years. I can't tell how many times I've been married. I'm another Liz Taylor.
Doesn't count.
No. You know,
Well, thank you for all that wealth of
Yeah.
information. The only thing I'm coming away with this that I'm a little worried about is if I really did live to be 95, my 401k is going to run out when I'm about 80. So
But
from
you'll
80 to 95, I'm going to be,
no, you'll be. No. Oh, that's all right. No, financially, you'll be okay.
yeah.
You really. One of the things I see with a strong point of view about you is that you are always going to be doing something with politics.
Always?
Oh,
I'm not going to get a break?
No.
Nope. No,
See, he would
Yeah.
agree with that
we
too.
need you.
You know,
It's nice
we
to be
need
needed.
people
Thank
that are honest. My
No,
friend Bill
I
Berry.
like when he says, "Here's my tax bill. This is my water bill. Why is this high?" He goes back to the city hall and fights for us.
I have done that.
And it makes you feel good, doesn't it?
It does. And there are days that you probably don't feel appreciated, but when you start every day that you're in this for the long run and to make a difference. It's not going to happen in one day.
What made you decide?
What makes me decide?
And what made you decide to run for politics?
Well,
Besides your good looks.
so I'm the young guy that grew up poor that didn't have much. So once I got something, I got my first house and I was a young guy and they were telling me the taxes are going up. I said, what are you talking about? Who's running the show down there? So I stuck my nose in there and that was that.
Okay. Who's running the show now? Who's running the city now?
Who's running the city? Well, Mayor Craig is our executive, whatever you call it, executive officer, and the Board of Aldermen, they enact policies, and it's her job to carry them out. And we have department heads. She delegates things to department heads. Some days, she'll put a plan before us, like she did with the Horizon Shelter. And you got to be a grown-up about it and look at it and say, all right, is this better than what we have today? Her plan was better than we had today. So guess what? I voted for it.
Yeah.
There are other plans, the toilets. I didn't think that was a better plan, so I had the courage to just say, I'm going to vote no.
What
But,
Joe Kelly Lovato did was totally wrong on Facebook.
No, I don't totally agree with you. So my style of doing politics
Right.
is different.
Yeah.
I'm probably, my mother's probably maybe, making sure I'm on the straight and narrow.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Joe is needed. Joe says a lot of things that people think but don't have the courage to say.
Yeah.
Now, sometimes he may say it in a context that people don't like it or they get offended by it, but he stays strong. He says, hey, look, I said it because of this and this and this. He'll tell them why. He's a pretty strong guy. You should have him in my hot seat.
He won't come on.
I don't feel like I'm in a hot seat, but
No.
I'm comfortable
Thank
with you guys.
I try to get him to
Yeah.
come on, but he doesn't respond back.
Well, when you're having these little reading things, the truth kind of is a little scary.
Yeah.
Especially if you can hear it.
Well, if I know that someone can't
Yeah.
can't handle it, I don't do the reading. But I also know this. Well, what's his name? Ross Terrell has been on
Ross
the show.
Terrio.
Right, Terrio.
So-
I like this guy. He's been on many.
I know Ross. So getting back to Joe,
Yeah.
we're kindred souls. He's a Manchester guy. He grew up poor. Same kind of situation. Made himself everything he is today and then some. That guy has really done a lot. I went to the state of Massachusetts when he got sworn into the bar. I watched him get sworn in. He was a Massachusetts lawyer. Then he became a New Hampshire lawyer. And the guy's really, he's done things that I haven't done.
Yeah. Well, the thing I don't like is the way he words the things. That's my problem.
Early on in politics, there were those people that wanted to destroy us personally
Oh yeah.
because we were new, probably a threat to them, whether we were right or wrong. There was people that wanted to personally destroy you.
Didn't they find a whole bunch of pamphlets in the post office that were never mailed out.
That's a true story. They
Yeah.
hid
'Cause
Joe's
I don't
mail.
have to agree with him.
They hid Joe's mail, and that was bad.
Yeah.
That was a bad thing.
I don't have to agree with Joe. Joe and I don't get along, and that's okay. But wrong, you don't do that to people.
Yeah.
You know, he is. I will say he is for Manchester. He is for the betterment of Manchester.
If somebody harmed you, he'd probably be the first guy to help you. He's got a big heart. He's misunderstood. He really is.
You know.
If you're his enemy,
Yeah.
oh boy, you're out in the cold.
Well, I'll say hi to him and totally ignore me.
I'm not just saying you. I'm
Oh,
just
no,
saying
not
He helps
saying-
everybody.
I used to love going
Yeah.
to his restaurant.
I'll tell you, he'll do anything for anybody, no matter what it takes.
And Joe, we're talking nicely about you.
I
We
know
are.
from personal experience. I'm just saying he helps everybody.
The one thing I will say, I have been to his restaurant many times and haven't gotten good service, except one last time I went. But that's okay. They had the best breakfast. That I will say.
I'm not a Theo's breakfast guy.
You're a pizza guy.
I'm the the lunch or afternoon crowd.
Right.
Yeah.
I do love his lemon chicken and
Soup?
rice soup.
Yeah.
You know.
That's
Yeah, he
a
makes the pizzas down there.
that's a Greek thing.
Yeah, I like his. The last time though, I didn't like. Usually, I had that spinach with Greek, with spinach and olives. And
See, I would
feta
never eat
cheese
spinach.
and all
Me
that.
neither.
But I love it. And
Even
it
though
was,
Popeye loved it, I couldn't do it.
Yeah. But the crust, I don't know what he did, was just overcooked, you know, whatever. But as a rule, I've always gotten good food in there, you know. And you're right, he does. I don't, like I said, I don't always like what he's putting on Facebook. But that's what's great about America.
Well, if you can't get him on the show, maybe I'll come back another time.
Yeah, have him come on with you.
I'll deal the deck for him, and you can do his horoscope, and he can watch it from home.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
And,
Yeah, you can be proxy.
Joe,
Actually, if he decided to run for mayor, not this term, and I could actually see him. I would rather see him running for Senate.
I talked to him about running for mayor. He's a very strong individual. A lot of people want him to.
Yeah.
You know what?
He's just overcommitted.
Yeah.
No. And sometimes Joe's problem is it's on the, if you can't raise
Whoa, whoa.
enough, if you can't
Who
raise
said
it,
there was a problem?
I mean, it's the money part of it. If Joe or anybody can't raise enough money, like me, I thought of running for alderman or other things. But if you don't have the money or you can't raise the money, you might as well not.
See, and
That's
that
the
I,
problem.
I actually disagree with that. And I'll
Hard
tell you
work
why.
trumps
Yeah.
money every
Yeah.
time.
That's the problem.
The one thing that I do know that if you, it doesn't take a lot. Russell doesn't have a lot of money, and he's going to be running. You got to have this. You could put in a lot of millions of dollars.
If you don't have the money, at least for a mailer or stuff like this, you're not going to. This is what he could tell you. You're not going to get
Yeah,
out
you
there.
have to compete for sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Things have gotten more expensive over time. I might have gotten away with it 20 years ago, a black and white flyer. That wouldn't happen
No, no.
nowadays. You know, people would say, "What the heck is this
Well,
thing?"
Yeah, but still,
Yeah.
if you don't have the money and that's all you can afford is black and white, you know.
Oh, in the early days, I did stuff like that.
Well, I won't. Matt and I used to say on my show, I don't know if you remember that we got to run for federal dog catcher and dog trader when we won the limousine and all the red
But
carpeting
what
and
he's
stuff.
put out in his last few campaigns, he's come out of his own pocket. He hasn't raised a lot of money.
Some,
I know that.
I've had some.
I know some, but
contributors,
a lot
but
of
not,
it, I'm just saying, you've
yeah.
gotten some, but most of it
Yeah.
you had to come up with.
Boy, he knows a lot, doesn't he? Do you know his whole personal life?
No, but when I
He
like
probably has a
someone,
telescope.
if I
Really?
like someone and they're honest to the point, I will make sure I know that person, so I could actually go out and speak for him if I had to do a speech.
And you enjoy it, don't you?
Yes, and
One of
I
the
could
things
actually say
one
what
of the
he needs
things
to
here-
say.
There you go.
One of the things that I will tell you is, you want to shuffle these or not?
No,
No?
How
Okay.
about one card? We can read one card. We can,
No, that's
you,
okay.
you shuffle the deck and he can read them if you want.
this
How's
is,
I
that?
need your energy,
this
dude.
is your card. Touch this card. All right, put your hand on there.
Okay.
All right, 1001. Okay, that's
There you
James's
go.
card right there.
All right.
Ooh. One thing I will tell you, your journey in life has never been easy. You've always worked very hard for what you have. Am I correct?
Yes,
Okay. Nobody's ever given you anything.
correct.
Okay. You also, I want you to understand too, when you were young, you died twice and then came back to life. You had some kind of a sickness that You're in that you were like, whether it's ammonia or whatever, I'm seeing, then you came back to life. Okay. You have a strong heart.
Your father didn't tell you that?
No.
Okay. You
I
also
know I
have
died once when I was born.
you also have a very caring heart for other people.
Yes, I do.
The problem is sometimes people misunderstand you because when you get talking, young man, you can talk.
Because I mean business when I talk.
Yeah. But you got to allow the people to listen to you and not go, probably want a cracker type of thing. You know what I'm saying? Because you're a kind-hearted person. Are you in a relationship right now?
Yes.
All right. Are you pretty happy with it?
Yes.
Going to get married?
I don't know.
No. Do you live together?
No, we don't.
Oh, okay. Probably better.
You can't because I was brought up the old-fashioned.
Oh.
You can't.
Catholic?
You can't until you're married.
No.
Okay.
Let me ask you a question. Do you know how to use a vacuum cleaner?
Yes.
You're a pretty good housekeeper?
Yes.
Everything has its own place?
No, not totally.
But you can find anything you're looking for.
Yes.
You may have a scattered house.
You may
or
come in
scattered-
there and say, "Where is anything?" You can't
But
find it, but
you can
I can
find
tell
it.
you, it's over here. Boom.
Okay. You also have a very strong angel that's following you wherever you go. It's considered. Did your mother pass or your grandmother?
My grandmother did.
Were you close to your grandmother?
No.
But she knew you, huh?
Yes.
Were you a Peck's bad boy?
No.
You were a good boy?
Yes. Because I had no choice. With a disability or whatever,
Yeah.
you had to work
But you know
harder.
what? You overcome your disability.
I've noticed that people
You
told
don't
me that.
allow disability to stop you. You don't allow that word.
No, because if I didn't tell people like him or whatever, he might not have known it.
See, you're one of these guys
I
I
never
know.
thought of you as disabled.
No,
I didn't think he was.
No, but you know why? I think I get along because his wife has her issues, so he's more compassionate to people,
Oh, see?
no matter what. That's what
He's
I thought.
compassionate?
Yeah, that's what I
No.
thought because he understands when you
Well-
have an issue. Now you're dealing with somebody, you're more open.
Well, you know, I also know what it's like, too, because growing up, I was made fun of. I called back in that days, they called you feeble-minded. They didn't call you mentally challenged or whatever. But you know what? Like him, you can prove to everybody that you can overcome any obstacle. I went to college, became a nurse, and I went to the principal and showed him my diploma, and he pretended he didn't know who I was. Then I was touching a bleach blonde hair and had a pink baby blue jacket on with a baby blue
I
pants
need a
and heels.
picture of this.
Oh, yeah. And I went over and I made fun of all the people that were there. But karma has a way of paying you back. I fell into the pool and my hair turned green. You know. But everything you have in your life, you have. Do you want to own a house?
Yes.
Because I do see you owning
Can
it.
I ask a question?
Sure.
I feel like I could be a psychic.
Everybody's a psychic.
Because I feel like I can go to people and peck them out.
Whenever you want to come down to my house, and I will not charge you, Mary can tell you that.
Yeah.
I'm expensive to have
But
everything done, but I can't take it.
I'm not a psychic, but I can pick people out if they're good or they're bad.
Please don't. You are a psychic. Everybody in this world has psychic ability. Yours is in the business that you do. Yours is in the political world. And you know, this young man has a good view of people. Okay, and I also will tell you, he also knows if someone is not good, and he will not. And the one thing I will give you credit for, you're not a bad. You will break it to them gently if you don't feel they can
And
follow
sometimes
it.
I say nothing, and he can say things to me, and I'll be like, "That's what I was thinking." Oh, I figured he had this or that. Or
When
whatever.
could you ever say you don't say nothing? The one thing I also will tell you is that when you make friends, you make very good friends.
Yes, I do.
But you're also a very forgiving person.
Yes,
You cannot hold a grudge. Don't try.
you can't. Life is too short.
I'm going to do one more, all right?
Go ahead.
Okay. I think you got it into it. Ooh. You got a lot of good changes. Do you want to stay where you're living or do you want to move? I see another opportunity for a movement.
Yes, I could see that happening.
Okay. And I'm looking at my springtime.
Okay.
What if I told you I could see you buy a 2-bedroom house?
Okay.
Seriously, would you be open for that?
Yes.
This man will help you buy it. I mean, he won't give you the money, but he'll show you the right way
Hear
to
that,
do
folks? Somehow I'm buying a house now.
it. No, you're not buying it. You're showing him how to
I'm
get
showing
it.
him how to
You're
do
showing him how to get the house.
how
or
you
your
get
dollar, or your daughter make sure of how to get the money to accomplish it.
Okay.
Okay, because you are a debt. Your bills are very important. You make sure they're paid, don't you?
there. You have to.
Ooh.
Got no choice.
You know, and you have a kind heart.
But don't rub me the wrong way.
No, but then you get
won't,
over
because
it.
you won't get a second chance with me.
Yeah,
That's
that's
my
not
answer.
true. That's not true. You forgive people and you forgive people, but you never forget. Okay. Do you have a cat?
No.
You want one?
Yes.
Then you're getting one.
Okay.
I'm looking at a black and white cat, and you'll make a good parent.
All right.
The cat is by your neighborhood, and then you're going to be catching, and you're going to start feeding it and letting it in.
Okay.
You like to be different where you are, don't you?
I like change.
Yeah. In other words, where you're living now, is it a big apartment building?
No, it's a rooming house.
A rooming house. Oh, you got to get out of there.
But no, it's pretty good right now because you know what it is? Because I don't have to be tied down. I go out and help.
Oh, okay. But like I said, I see you moving either buying a 2-bedroom house or
Yes.
renting one. You keep that room pretty neat, except for the paperwork.
Yes.
Your paperwork like a law firm. Everything piled up high. Huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's how I look like. But it's all. I know where it is.
I don't know if I could live in a rooming house. I tried it one time and I thought it wasn't for me. But you need to go where you go.
Sometimes you have to do what
Oh,
you
absolutely.
don't want to do sometimes.
And I give you credit for not sitting on a pity pot. I think you agree with me.
No, I'm not
that-
getting a pay part, but I'm using myself as the example
Yeah.
of why rents are too high and taxes are too high.
You know.
True, folks.
You like to cook?
Yes,
You're a good cook.
yes.
You make dishes that nobody would ever hear of, and you make them into a good dish.
Weird. I can use anything in the fridge.
Me too. You know. Like today, we made onion soup yesterday, and I wasn't happy until I put a can of tomato sauce and just add to it like a
Because
tomato
when you don't have a
vegetable.
lot of money, son, you got to use what you got.
Absolutely. And you know what? I can't see running to the store and buy pre-made stuff.
No, because that's not good for you sometimes.
You buy it all pre-cooked, or you cook your own.
I have to cook my own.
I'm the cook in the house nowadays. There was a time when we were young married people. I didn't know how to cook, but
I think
I had to learn.
that's
Is that
what I
relaxing to you?
I enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I do. She likes Italian food, so I kind of, buy some cookbooks and play around and have some fun with it.
My partner, when he cooks, everything is precise. If it says 1.5 cups of flour, it is exactly 1.5 cups of flour. Not a little bit over, a little bit under. Me, I do a pinch here, a pinch there, I went from my force about everything was, I miss cooking on a wood stove.
I have a wood stove. I've never cooked on it.
Oh, I love cooking on a wood.
You
Well, I grew
will
up
if you
with
lose
it.
power for too many days.
Yeah.
We did one year. Yeah,
I have a generator now.
you have a generator.
Yeah,
Wow.
one of those small ones.
I'm surprised you don't have one. Where you're in the.
I'm the guy that always wanted to
Takes
get
care.
one, but never got one. I'm too busy working, I guess. Yeah.
It's
And
time.
like I said, I don't see retiring when you think you're going to.
I don't picture myself retiring.
No, I see maybe a little
You may
slowdown.
do a part-time, shorter, but your job at helping people is very important to you.
Yeah.
And when we say the honorable, when you get elected, you're gonna come on my show and say the honorable.
I'm going to come on your show no matter what, whether I win, lose, or
Oh,
draw.
that's right. I love
I'll
having you
still
on.
be honorable.
Don't we? Mary Thou's gonna be my regular co-host.
No,
Right?
thank you.
Yeah?
Thank
wanna
you.
be?
Sure.
All right. We'll have you. You want to be a co-host sometime? That you can answer the
It's
phone?
fun.
Yes, all right.
You can be the online activist.
There you go.
There you go.
Express your view, because we
This
like
is
having
what I'm trying to
views.
get into. I'm trying to get into helping more on the. I want to be the sidelines and follow, not maybe all of helping everybody when they need. What's the stuff I need?
Let me
That's
tell
important.
you this. You help
very
a
important.
lot more, and it shows me right here. You help a lot more people than you realize.
And sometimes I brought issues to him that he's brought back to the city hall, and it's helped him to think when he's voting, how to think. I've noticed that.
You're his robot?
No, I'm not a robot, but I'm just saying.
What
Sometimes
I'm
you see it from a
saying
different
is-
perspective.
What
I
I'm
get
not.
it.
What I'm saying is to you.
Yeah.
I'm not looking at the political part of
Yeah.
it. Okay. Well,
You just help
All right.
people.
You
help
just-
people.
Yeah.
you help a lot of people, and if you don't know how to find something, you are going to find a way to help them. If I opened up my office, like I want to move into another office,
Yeah.
I would actually have you as an advocate for people that needed help because I believe in you.
Yeah, but you know what my problem is? My big thing is you see the biggest smile on me when I'm in the middle of politics and I'm in the middle of a race or whatever and pushing for the candidate. Those are my big things.
But you also are going to be helping people find homes and find things that you're really kind-hearted. Stop shortchanging yourself. It's okay to pat yourself on the back.
But I hear what you're saying.
Say, hey, what's his name?
Are you
James?
James
Poochie
Trebuch?
Pooch?
Yep.
Okay.
How much longer are we going? I anticipated a 1 hour show.
No, it's a 2 hour.
Okay, so
Well,
I
if you
have to
wanna go,
leave
go
in
ahead.
6 minutes. So I
Okay.
have 6 more minutes of fun.
Oh,
Okay.
we
And
have
then
to.
I'm going to a Memorial High School.
Yeah, we
There's
have
a
to
big
leave.
thing for the kids.
You have to
tonight.
leave too?
Yeah, 'cause I'm waiting for. He's waiting for me to go there.
Oh,
The other guy over there.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, what if Gary's out there? You want to go see if Gary's out there?
Yeah.
Okay. Gary, you know Gary, don't you?
I don't know.
Hopper.
I've heard that name.
Yeah. He's an
Okay.
advocate for gun rights and all that.
Oh, good. Bring him in.
Yeah, he's
You
also a born again
I'm
Christian.
not against
all right.
anybody. I'm like you, Norm. I'm not against anybody.
Should
I expect my
shake
views.
your hand and
Okay,
say
thank
thank
you.
you. It
Yeah.
was fun.
And you go too, and you're leaving
So-
too.
You have
We
your
gotta go
little
to that.
insights there. Your skill set of your intuition. Do we
Yep.
call it?
Yep. You know what? Ask Ross Terrell. Everything I read
Ross
on
Terrio
him.
came
There you
through,
go.
yeah.
Everything I read on him, that's coming out. And that's what I see when you decide to run for the office that I think you should run for. I also will tell you that there is some kind of experimental medication I believe is going to help your wife. 100%.
That would be nice. That would be nice.
Like Matt's girlfriend has this medication that she's taking now. 6 months ago, I would have never gave her. Yeah, when I look at her today,
Today, no one will give up.
no.
That's why I give him respect.
And I also will tell you,
Oh.
your political career is not over.
It was fun being on
Thank you.
Norm's Community Corner
Yeah.
for the second time.
And you'll be on
uh,
again.
I guess I'll be on again, and it was fun.
Anytime you want to come on there, Jade
All
Poochie
right.
Poo, you know, you can come on. What part of New London did you live in?
I live down the road from the hospital, but a
Oh,
mile and a half from the main hospital.
oh, New London. That's where I got my.
Was that the other side of the tracks?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's towards the rich side.
Take care, Norm. It was
Yeah,
fun.
you too. My pleasure.
Yeah.
You too, young man.
All right.
Hey,
Thank you.
give me a call and come down sometime if you want. I'll show you how to work with your ability.
I will.
Okay.
He's not out there.
Oh, okay.
Nice meeting you guys.
Oh. How much more? Okay. That's all right. Well, we can wing it through, right, Mary?
Yeah.
You know,
We can wing
yeah,
it.
there you go. We only got a half hour.
Yeah.
You know, that was a great show.
Yes, it was.
I think
It was
that
very
James
interesting.
he's really,
He's really good.
and when he has a passion for something, he's really,
You know-
very good at it.
If the mayor listening, or anybody out there, take James DeBucci under your wings.
Yeah.
Because this guy is really a person you can
Right.
have to go here and there with him. Because he will help you.
You know what I found with Keith? He did not badmouth anybody.
Yes, you shouldn't.
No.
You shouldn't.
And that is a true caring person.
And you know, I applaud him
Yep.
for doing that. Thank
Yep.
you for not
And
bashing
actually,
somebody.
everybody we've had on our show has never slammed.
Yeah, it shouldn't be
theirs.
known.
No.
It shouldn't. I mean, there's no need of, even on your show, on my show. of
What is your
doing
show?
that. Cruising with Mary, and I'll be seeing you guys tomorrow. In fact, I have Jody McDonald tomorrow.
Oh, there. Okay. You're on from what time?
5 to 6, 1 hour live.
Right. Boy, that went by fast.
I know, huh?
Yeah, I gotta book her in again. I gotta get my computer squared away so I
Yeah,
can
she's
get
got,
that
I
downloaded
have
show.
different questions right now. I even got some from Massachusetts when I was
Mary,
down there.
what
to
is
ask her.
your view on how can we help the homeless?
You know, I was watching. No, is it on? I think it was TV. They have one for the homeless. They have one. I forgot the name of it. The Angel
Oh yeah, yeah,
for the kids.
right.
And I don't know if we have anything like that because it's really kids that's even going to school. And I feel for those kids.
And the young kids don't
Young
deserve
kids
to
like
be
they should not. No, no, no. They should not be homeless. They should be somewhere. You know, there's a place. It's maybe a little out of the city, and everybody knows this place on River Road. Open it up. It used to be known as the YDC.
Yeah.
Okay? And they do have buildings, there's nothing in them. So why can't we have something there, folks? Open it up.
Yeah. Let's take care of the younger generation, 14, 15,
It's a shame.
8, 10, 12.
Yeah.
See, I'm a firm believer. I don't know if there's maybe somebody, if they're listening, can tell us. You hear about women having shelters.
Yeah.
You hear about men having, but you never hear about a
for
couple.
the kids. Yeah.
No, the kids.
Yeah. Oh, they do have them. There's one, in fact, it ain't too far from where you live. It's a building that's right by Hancock Street.
Are you talking about family in transition?
Yeah, there's one
But
there.
they're not a couple, though.
There is couples
Is
in
there
there.
a couple
Yes,
there?
there is.
Okay,
Yeah,
then they
there's
changed the
couples
law.
there,
Okay.
and there's couples there with kids.
Yeah.
But it's hard to get in there
Yeah.
when
Well, they have a
they
waiting
don't.
list.
Yeah, there's a waiting list on that too.
Yeah. The only thing I get upset about, I invited, like, what's her name, Beauregard there, they had one of the family in transition.
Yeah.
You know. Just respond, say
Yeah,
no.
yeah. Please
When I'm
do.
there, just say no. If that's all you got to
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, I'm busy. Do something. That I always say that. You put it out there, and I'm lucky. I do have people say no, I can't make it.
Right.
Maybe in a couple of months, let me know. Just got too much going on. That's okay. But get back to the person.
Right.
I mean, just say yes or no. I'm busy or something.
See,
Just
I'm
don't
not
leave you
out
hanging.
to crucify the politician. I just want to know
Right
what
from
is
wrong.
going on with the city. I
Yes.
am going to crucify those who voted for the party cheers.
Yeah. And it's not right.
And I give Keith a
I mean,
lot of credit for it.
Up the North End, they have them. How come the North End's got them and we don't?
North End is for higher class people.
Now you take, they say, oh, why are they cleaning those bathrooms, Norm? 3 times a week. Why are they paying something when they're not being used?
Right.
That's what I like to know.
That's a
Now,
waste of
the
money.
people should ask that. Why is it being clean when nobody's using it?
Do you think people in Manchester really care anymore?
I don't think so.
I really
Then
don't.
maybe
either.
because the taxes are really high.
But not only that, but like where I live, I work hard. Oh, let's do this for the park and that. No, I would like to have a cookout this
Yeah.
summer. I've got 2-3 grills now.
Yeah.
And I'd like to have a big cookout over in the park, and that people don't have to pay.
Yeah.
I'll get a
It's
fun
like
going.
what they call a potluck. People can bring
Yeah,
stuff
bring
in.
stuff, and that's what I would like to do. I'd like to try
I
to
even
find
have a
way.
table, a folding table.
Yeah, I've got plenty of tables, and they can come, just come and sit down and get to know each other in
yeah.
that area. I
And
think
say
that,
hi to everybody.
They've lost it. Like maybe have a block party.
Yeah,
Do you remember? Did they have block parties here when you were growing up?
yeah, they did. They still, I would say back in 2009, 10, 11, somewhere around there. They had, where I lived at Greenview, they used to have everybody all together and have a pool party for everybody. They would get pizza for the people. That was nice. And then another place where I lived, right off from Bridge Street, not 2 streets from Bridge Street, that I don't know if they still do it, but they used to have block parties. So anybody when in that district was welcome to come in.
Where I live, I've invited people. I set up the grill, and I say to the people that live in the building, the kids can come, and that's what I say. Feel free, come join us.
Yeah.
But the sad part, everybody's gotten into their own little worlds.
Yeah,
and
that's
knowing,
it.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah.
And
It's always me, me, me.
Yeah. When I lived on Cumberland Street, people were horrible. They really were. They would get together and they'd turn around and talk about you.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's just too bad, really.
Now it's got to the point where nobody talks to any. We say hi to each other and all that.
Yeah.
And that's okay. The
Yeah.
neighbors takes the. But I've known that as a friendly man at a block, and that's what I
It's
want
the
to
same thing where I'm at. I don't know the people by name. They don't know me by. But I did know one person, because they sold it and their last name was LeMay too. That's how I knew them. But the people in all 3 floors. There's 30 units. They might say hi, and they may just walk right by you like you're not even there.
Yeah.
And that's okay with me.
Yeah. There's a guy who lives up on the 3rd floor over me. For some reason, I don't know, since he graduated from college, he looks at me and he thinks he's better than I
Yeah.
and all that.
Yeah, I
like
got
that.
something like that.
Yeah. And I like that. I said, you know what, pal? You know better than I am.
That's right.
I'll give you respect because you're legal, but it's my tax dollars to help you to go to college. And
Yeah,
I walked away,
how true.
You know.
That is true.
Yeah.
That is true.
It's so, and you know, I always, you know, these garbage politics. One of the comments I make is, "There's no winner."
And you know, I don't care who you are running, you gotta have compassion for you're working for the people. You're not working for yourself out there when you're alderman or anything else. You're working for the people. Think of the people when you work out there.
And you know, the sad part is that people they complain like with the aldermen. They may complain and complain and complain. Then don't re-elect them.
That's
Very
it.
simple.
I say the same thing.
You know.
I mean, people can put you in and they can take you out.
Oh, I am also,
You know,
ladies
but-
and gentlemen, I am canceling the April 13th psychic event. Myself, I'm going through a lot of emotional things. Like I'm learning, I'm getting a new higher level spiritually. No, I'm not having a breakdown. And I am also concerned about Scott's health. So we decided they were not getting a lot of responses.
Yeah.
So I am actually going to retire from there. I'm going to find the right leader to take over the Healing Pause and because now I've got it going. Now I want to start a new one called Dentistry Incorporated or something like that. Because you and I can't afford a dentist.
No,
And there's a lot of people out there.
no,
that
I can't.
afford them.
I can't. I'm having a hard time with my medicine. I'm
Yeah.
not a dentist.
So maybe when you and I can sit down and start a new one, let's help the people like for medicine and stuff like that. I'm not giving up on the Healing Pause in New Hampshire.
You know something, like the Healing Pause, whoever takes it over, they can always have, go to, they do too, go to yard sales, not yard sales, but flea markets and different, and they put their little cans and
Yeah.
people put money in, and if they want to leave a check for 'em or whatever they want to do. You know,
See,
different
this
things
is
you
why
got
I don't
going.
drive, and I'm not there times when I'm just too exhausted or whatever. When you and I are not getting any younger.
No,
I
No.
shattered my dream. I made my dream come true. Now I have to find somebody, and I'm hoping. I'm pretty sure I know who I can have do it. You know her, and I
yeah,
know her too.
and if I can help them,
sure,
I will
yeah.
help them too,
Yeah.
like with you.
You know, I'll probably have another event for them.
Yeah.
But as far as it goes,
I'll
I
have
just-
them come in.
Yeah, I didn't
With it.
have the response that I wanted for the readers or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would hate to think it was my political views that stopped the people from
Yeah.
reading, you know.
Yeah.
Just because I'm a reader or a spiritual guide doesn't mean that I should have a right to my own opinion.
That's right.
Do I-
Everybody has one.
Do I name call? I think name calling is one of the worst things
That's-
one can do. It doesn't accomplish anything.
No, it doesn't. It makes you look bad.
There are some people that I have been on Facebook with. I'm not mentioning names or what party. It's not important. But when I make an issue out of something, they can't. The only way to retaliate, and you've seen it,
Yeah.
is by the name calling.
Yeah, see, I don't. I hate that with a passion.
And then you know you don't have to be angry. I don't have to agree. You and I don't agree on political.
That's
views,
right. I mean, everybody has their own.
But we still walk away as
Yeah,
friends.
it's the same thing with you. You're a Republican. I'm a Democrat.
Yeah.
Glenn is independent, and we have different views. We all have different views.
Yeah. And I think.
Sorry,
that's
I'm
what
a Frenchman.
That's all right. Well, okay, so we'll do it that way. But you know, if you can't, this is what our country is supposed to be all about: be able to express our views without
why-
violence.
That's why we have our rights
Right.
to do it.
But and certain groups have their way, we won't have.
Yeah.
I honestly believe, and I put a question on. I don't know if you read it. I just put how with the celebration of Martin Luther King Jr. Day. How do people think he would feel about what's going on in this country now? I don't see his approval.
No, I
There's
don't
too
either.
much hate.
There's just so much out there. It's ridiculous.
Do they really know what they hate? Do they really know?
I wonder. Some
you
people.
know?
I'm just wondering
Or do
if
they
they
wanna
know
be
what
out
it
there
means.
just to be
okay.
heard?
Yeah. I'm wondering if people really know what it means. Some
And they
people
judge
just
you.
like,
Yeah, and the sad part about it, they judge you for what you believe in, and I mean that
How
can cause
true.
some pretty
Yeah.
bad names.
Yeah.
And I refuse to lower myself to that.
yeah, you know something, any of you aldermen are listening, and I know two of you are, I know who you are, and would call in. It was on today, I think it was like 12:30, I think it was. She had come out with it, Carol Williams, and she's right.
I like Carol Williams.
I do. I like Carol. Carol, when the snow disappears, you're welcome on my show. What she said today, and she's right. You take different restaurants on Elm Street. It's nice that people can sit out there at night or whatever. They have their chairs and they have their little tables and all that, but they take up the whole space. And people like her and people who have walking disabilities, they don't want to walk out in the street,
And they shouldn't have to.
and they shouldn't have to. And then if you ask them, excuse me, so I can walk by, they won't move. I've seen it.
Oh yeah. Hanover
And
Street
it-
is famous for that.
Yeah. Oh, I think Chuck is open on Sunday. I think during the summer, he had permission to open up.
That's when they had that.
He's right on the corner of Elm and Lowell Street.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's that new place there.
Yeah,
Okay.
Chuck's place.
You know, I don't have, but you know what I find interesting is they don't allow. I should have said something to Keith about that. They don't allow the people to have their little restaurants here, that to eat out on the sidewalk like they do.
Yeah.
The other restaurants
Yeah,
and
and
the
you know,
pizza
the
place.
west side, I don't know if any
Where
of
they
them,
forget inside.
I don't know of anybody on the west side that does like they do on Elm Street. I
There
don't know if
isn't?
they're allowed to do it, and I think it's wrong,
But
Alderman.
my understanding is that they cannot do that.
I think it's wrong. If Elm Street can do it, then these other restaurants should do it on the west side too, because it's no more than right. They pay their taxes
Yeah.
like everybody else.
I always say that the west side is a forgotten side.
Yeah, and you know, my cousin, and I don't know why she goes down the bottom of the hill, because I liked what he just said where Ward 12 ends up, right there
Right.
at Bridge Street. And she's just that side of Bridge, the other side, so she should be in Ward 12 with me. Because I pick her up and she goes and does her voting. But she goes down the bottom.
Huh.
And she shouldn't be at the bottom, go down. She should be over at Northwest voting. That's
So
how
what is
close
she worth it?
She's just a hop, skip, and a jump, away from Northwest.
You know, my big problem with the voting day, we need to take the voting out of the schools so the kids can go to school. Okay?
But where are they going to go? They used to be, remember years ago? They used to be at the, what's the name? The hotel, Carpenter.
Having a hotel.
Yeah. I don't know if they
Oh,
still
Senate
have
building.
that or not.
And, I mean, there are other buildings. There are like the St. Marie, is it? The
Yeah, that
church?
would be big. And they do have voting there, but it's
No,
not,
I, mean,
I know the
what's that,
hall there.
St. Paul, St. John's on Elm Street? I mean, on,
I don't think they're big enough.
then I mean, okay. But then the city had to pay the school to have the elections. in
I don't
there.
know if they do pay, because, you know, the school belongs to the city.
Well, that's what I've always said. That's like if the school uses the baseball.
Let us know, folks, if
Yeah.
you think if they have to pay.
Yeah.
But the city owns the schools.
Yeah. Well, what I don't understand is if the city uses the lights for school, they have to pay a certain amount to park and recreation. If they use something else, city, or they all have to pay. You know what? Just all for the. I don't understand why they have to pay when they're getting the money from the taxpayers to begin with.
Yeah.
I don't understand why, like, if they use Gill Stadium, they got to pay a certain amount of money for that. Now, or if they use JFK, they pay a lot of money for the Verizon or what.
Oh,
like
yeah.
that issue, for
Yeah,
the grad.
yeah.
You figure what? 4 high schools that use that
Yeah.
to graduate.
And then, and now
$5,000 per
we're not going to
student
have
plus.
a hockey team.
Oh, we're not?
No, because they're being sold. So whoever buys out the hockey team, the Monarchs, imagine they're going somewhere else.
Oh, I thought they were here to stay, but you know.
They're
but,
up for
I
sale.
I went to one hockey game out 3 or 4 years ago. I have to tell you, it was the most boring game I ever went to.
Summer.
They were
Summer.
no
I went out,
fights, no
yeah.
nothing. I like to watch a fight every once
Yeah,
in a while. I
yeah,
like to be
it
old
gets you
school.
going. And 'cause I went from the time they opened up, I was there.
Yeah.
I got pictures from that day they opened up. But they had real lions there.
Mhm.
I got pictures of the real lions. And I'm going, oh, I'd love to have that kitty home.
Well, what it is too. The time I went there, there wasn't even 1,000 people.
Yeah.
And that's one 7,000.
I think it's 8,000.
8,000
Yeah,
people.
they can go up to 10,000.
Yeah.
They really can.
And the acoustics in there are horrible.
Oh, yeah, they got to do something about that.
You know. And
Yeah.
but you know, the one thing I like about Manchester is we can make it better. That party thing is just minute.
Yeah,
Do I think
Yeah.
we should use the carpet room? Yeah, yes, or restore.
yeah.
But and the thing I don't like a lot of there's no really shopping store. Only not except that one
Yeah.
Bunnies.
Yeah,
But I would like they don't have any department stores.
yeah. I would like to see something coming back on the west side.
Yeah.
I really would.
Like where Vista Foods used to be. I'd like to see like
I
a
mean, that
tall
would help
store.
out the high rises and the people around there.
It'd help me out a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But I understand. I actually have a feeling that the CMC is going to buy it and tear it down and make it a parking lot.
yeah. It's they don't really have the parking, especially where the emergency area is,
Yeah.
the exit. I mean, I've seen people park in the emergency area and walk away and go into the hospital. That's wrong.
Yeah.
They should not park there, folks. If you're not an emergency,
Well, they have the parking garage.
sometimes that's totally full.
Yeah, it's amazing. And you know what I find interesting is they have like Elliott is expanding again.
I know they are. Yeah,
Okay, and CMC is expanding, and they call it a non-profit.
and they want to build another hospital.
Right. Do I think that? Do I think that they should pay taxes on the hospital?
Yes, they should, yeah.
Absolutely. Do I think that churches should pay taxes? Absolutely. Okay.
Yeah.
A lot of them, like the nursing homes. My understanding now, folks, don't quote me on. It's like the Mount Carmel nursing home has been sold to a private company.
Yeah,
but
most of
yet
them
they-
are private.
But they keep the Mount Carmel, so that way they don't have to pay taxes.
Yeah, a lot of them are due just because the people come in and that's where they get their money. They don't get any help.
No.
That's why.
Oh, I want to send out prayers, like for my friend Denise, her mother back in the nursing, back in the hospital.
Yes.
The people that are there, that nursing home, she's there, actually took her to the doctor without proper attire.
Mm.
Okay. And then another friend of mine, Christina Angola, her mother just crossed over, so I send a blessings to
Yes.
them. I've had a lot of men and women contacting me this week about people crossing over.
Yeah, and Alice is still in the nursing home, and I don't think she's going to be able to watch it. But prayers out for Alice Avler. That's Father Steve's mother.
How is Ruth's husband doing now?
I don't know. I really don't know. I have no contact with them, so I really don't
That's
know.
sad.
Yeah, I don't know.
How's my chatty friend there?
Who's that? Which one's that one? Oh,
Um,
Beverly. I
Bre-
talked to
Beverly.
Beverly.
Hey,
know
Beverly,
she-
I want one of those scarves.
Beverly, hold on. I'm going to show you the scarf. I know they're watching it. There we go.
Oh my God, the two troublemakers.
There you go, Beverly.
Well, here
This
we
is
go.
it.
We got two honorable, strong gun advocates and the best of all, Republicans.
Whoa, you bet.
How you doing, dude? Doing? Welcome aboard.
Yes.
Okay.
No.
Do I have you? Yeah. Do I have you booked? John?
No. I almost think you do. I was
I
going to
do.
ask you when.
I gotta have to look at it now.
Okay.
Oh, it's not today?
No, and you can come
glad.
on too with him.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. We just had Keith Hershmann on.
Who?
Keith Hershmann. He's an alderman.
Oh, yes.
Very good, very good. Okay. So how we making out with the education and all that?
Education?
Yeah, education.
I don't know what's going on over there. I'm on criminal justice.
Oh, how you doing there? They haven't shot you yet?
No, they are threatening to kick me out of the committee, but
Oh, they can't do that.
I love criminal. I
yeah,
love
they can, sadly.
law.
Why? Because you speak the truth?
No, because I'm taking
He's
pictures.
a troublemaker.
Yeah.
Well, we already knew that.
I know.
Yeah. No,
But you're a silent troublemaker.
Yes.
Me? Well, no, I'm just...
You're just there.
No,
No.
I'm a troublemaker, but I seem to get away with it pretty good.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, you have that innocent look.
I know. It's not...
And Jewel has that ferocious look. I'm going to get you.
Well,
I-
February 13th, we got some anti-gun bills coming. And,
Oh, talk about them.
well, they know that I'm going to videotape them, so
we
they
got 20 minutes here. You can talk about
well, they banned me from taking pictures or videoing in my chair. Originally, it was banned me outright, but then they changed it and said, well, okay, if you stand 2 feet away from your chair, then you can take all the pictures and videos you want.
Don't you have your First Amendment for anything like that?
Not there.
Really?
Yeah.
No.
No,
Oh,
that's
wow.
been stripped.
No, that you have... Your behavior... The State House of Representatives is allowed to make its own rules as it goes along.
Yeah.
The Speaker of the House, remember when I was I started out the year as chairman of Fish and Game, and by the end of the year I was not chairman
Yeah,
of
you
Fish
were
and Game?
low, yeah, you were the fish that got hooked.
Yeah. I got booted because the Speaker was mad at me and kicked me off. A Speaker can do that, so.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So, when you the Second Amendment rights, why don't they just leave that alone?
They should.
Norm, we live in probably is it safest
We're the
state?
second safest.
Second
safe.
safest state
Next to Vermont.
in the country. If you looked at New Hampshire, probably compared to any European country as far as murder rates, I think we're lower.
Oh,
I know
yes.
we're lower than France, but I
Yeah.
haven't checked some of the other ones.
Yeah.
Now, if you look at gun violence rates, it's probably higher than France, but
Well,
it's
I
like
would question that,
not even
too.
sure
I
that's
would
true.
too.
But I will tell you, there's a wonderful All in the Family. What was his name?
All in the family,
Oh,
Archie.
Bunker.
Archie. Okay, famous quote from Archie. When Meathead comes running in, Archie, so and so got shot down the street. Archie looks at us and says, "Would you rather he get pushed out a window?"
Yes. Well, that sounds like Pelosi, actually.
Yeah.
You know.
But we are a very, very safe state, and so if you're in one of the safest states, why would you try to pass laws that are already in effect in some of the least safest states?
Well, look what our newly elected congressman's trying to do.
Oh no! What do you do? What do you do? Pappas?
Oh yeah. Oh, he's all kissing butt with Shaheen and
Nancy.
Nancy,
yeah.
little Nancy Pelosi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All, one thing that I love about this state is the freedom to have our guns.
Yes.
I've already told my son I'm going to purchase a gun and I'm going to have him teach me how.
I'll take you out anytime. I'll let you try.
No, well, you shoot me.
No, I will, but so what?
Let me know when you do it, so I can fill it.
No, but I got a few different type of guns you
Yeah.
can try, so you know what's
Well,
going to be comfortable.
my son teaches guns, so.
Yeah, I know.
Well,
them,
I
so.
just got my new. I'm on criminal justice.
He's
Okay.
got this one. It's, luckily,
Ooh, I
this,
like that.
yeah, it's scary.
I did not realize. I looked up, a new law book just on criminal activity. Because I sit on the criminal justice committee, so I looked up some
Is
of
it
the.
because you're on the criminal justice committee, or are you just trying to find out how many laws you're breaking?
Well,
Both.
both.
Yeah.
So I said, well, I wonder what's in here on guns. So I started looking stuff up. Gunshot wounds. It's RSA 631:6. I did not realize this. If you see somebody getting shot, or you shoot yourself, or you get shot, by law you have to report it, or it's a misdemeanor to the police. And I'm like, well, what happens if I just accidentally shoot Gary in the leg and it's just a flesh wound and nobody cares? We're all laughing about it. I guess technically,
I don't think I'd be laughing about it if you shot me.
Well, I think it'd be hilarious.
yeah. If it was an accident, we'd
If I was
laugh.
drinking,
Even if it wasn't, I think it'd be hilarious.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then not take him out for a free breakfast like I go out.
Well, yeah. If I get a free breakfast, I'm cool.
See, Gary has an AR that scares me because my AR and my other guns that I have, they just sit there. They're born. They never do anything. But his, it's sitting over there, and all of a sudden it just goes off on its own.
Right.
And it's like, whoa, Gary, what are you doing?
Do you have
I didn't do it. It did it.
Yeah.
do you have property that you actually
It's
can
possessed.
shoot on?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I belong to the Goffstown Fishing Game Club, so we can go shoot there.
Do you have property that you can shoot on?
No,
No.
sadly. No, I live in Bernardville.
Yeah, he's
We
pretty.
got 5 minutes, guys. So how can we,
How did we
Mary
go from
and
20
I,
to 5
how
minutes?
can we,
Huh?
How can we help you support the bill?
February 13th, come to the State House. Look on my Facebook page. I'll have everything posted there on where the meeting is. February 13th. We have 2 bills. One is House Bill 514, if you want to look it up, House Bill 514. It's imposing a wait-in period to buy a gun and also ammunition. 7 business days. New Jersey, extremely anti-gun, doesn't even have ammunition wait-in
So
period.
if I go to Walmart, I'd have to wait 7
7
days to
days
purchase
to-
my son.
It should be that way.
You think it should?
Oh, yes. I
Oh,
can't
nice.
see someone take a gun right then and there. You
no,
don't know.
no, I mean, I'm talking about the
This is ammunition.
itself.
No,
The
I
whole-
still say 7 days. Yeah, I agree with him.
Yeah.
No,
no,
he's
I'm
against
fighting
it.
against
Oh,
it.
He
real-
doesn't-
no, I'm not.
no.
Yeah.
No, I'm
But
not.
I am.
No.
That means I'd have to wait 7 days to buy bullets for him. That's what I'm
Yes.
Yeah, like okay, so it'd be like this, Mary. So Norm gets the afternoon off. Some people cancel. He said it's like 60 or 70 degrees. He says, Gary, you said you'd take me shooting. Want to go shooting today? He says, yeah, I'll pick you up. We'll go over to Walmart and get some ammo and go out shooting. So we have to wait. We have to wait a week.
Oh, that I can see. That where the gun, yes, I can see a gun,
Yeah.
but not if you have a gun.
This is
I
yeah.
can't
This is
see
you
that.
already have
This
the gun.
is the ammo.
You
Yeah,
just
you want-
want
this
to
is
buy
just for the
that's
ammo.
a
different.
box of ammo to go
Yeah.
shooting to kill poor innocent soda cans.
And then House Bill 109 requiring background checks for any sale of a gun, which again we don't
Sale or
need.
transfer.
It says commercial firearms sales, but if you read down into the bill, it's transfer. You know,
So what that means is that later on, when my grandson, like right now, he's 15, and if, like I told him, he says, you don't do drugs, you're not doing drugs. When you're 21, you can have whatever you want. I'll give him a gun. Okay, so under this, I can't give it to my grandson. I can't give it to my son. I can't give. If my daughter something was happening at my daughter's house, and she needed a firearm to protect herself. Under this, if this goes through, I can't give it to her.
nope, have to wait the.
I have to wait
whatever.
7
You know what
days.
I find
Well, the
interesting?
background check.
Like
And
in
a background.
Chicago and in New York, I find it
Yes.
interesting. Look at the crime
That's these
rate.
bills. These bills
That's
are
the
coming out of
bills.
So
Chicago.
what happens if someone say, I know Norm like I do, and they'll say to him, here, have a gun. I got too many.
So
Today you can do that.
You can do that.
As long as you know he is not
Oh, okay.
a prohibited person. So if
All right.
he is not a felon,
So
which
they
he's
don't
not,
have to go get a permit
No,
or anything.
you
don't.
All right.
no. But
Just
this
that-
bill is going to require it.
Yeah.
yeah, right now, because
So February 13th.
Norm and I have known each other. It's in the state law. It says you can sell a handgun to somebody known to you.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so you can't. If you see somebody selling a handgun at a yard sale, that's illegal.
All right.
Yes, it is.
But if I had a gun and I went shooting with John, John says, "I'd really like that," and I said, "Well, I really need $300, so." And he gives me $300, and he goes, "That's perfectly legal right
Oh,
now.
okay.
If this goes through, it will not be."
You know, I can remember years ago, I bought a little Derringer from this little old lady at a yard sale,
Yeah.
and I think I paid $50 for it. Then she thought she was overcharging me. Okay, so I went to a gun sale in Laconia, and I sold it for $5,000.
No way.
Wow.
It was an original in mint condition. The guy says, "I'll give you $5,000 for it." And I went back over it. I found the lady. I actually gave her an extra $500. I thought that was the nice
Yes.
thing to do.
Yeah.
And I'm cheap. You know,
Yeah, I know
And,
that.
Yeah, you know, I get my breakfast free. Ask Gary. But the one thing that I believe in, Sununu, I don't really say I trust him.
He says he will veto any gun bill.
I hope so, because
You know,
I
anti-gun
really
bill.
don't trust him a lot. I can remember when we talked about the abortion when he was the executive counselor,
Yep.
and they talked him
And
into
he flipped
passing
it.
Yeah, he
He
flipped
flipped.
over. So what's it said? Just like Kelly Ayotte, she was a Democrat that flipped into being a Republican.
That cost her election.
Yep.
You know, and I actually confronted Kelly Ayotte. I said, "Why are you using Michael Briggs, the guy that got shot in the police?
Yeah.
Why are you using that as a campaign?" I said, "Isn't that to get dirt on somebody?" First of all, I don't believe the guy they accused doing it did it.
Well, I don't know. I haven't really looked into it,
Yeah.
but my understanding of Michael Briggs, the shooting, the guy was running away,
Right.
and kind of shot in back
Yeah.
of him and he killed the cop,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but it wasn't like he stopped, pointed the
Right,
gun, and
that's
shot.
what I'm saying. That
It was-
he's supposed to get him here.
Right.
Yeah, and I have
Which
a
he
hard
still,
time-
I mean, still, but he
Okay.
shouldn't have got the death penalty for something that's was
Accident.
not deliberate.
Well, Gary and John, thank you for coming on, help filling up this space. And if you got time next week, Gary, and I know him, feel free to stop in and join you the same way. I'll send you the date on when you're coming
Yes,
in, and you come in, Gary. And by the way, folks, I want to thank Keith Hershmann and Jim Poopy Poo, or whatever his name was.
Jimmy.
Anyway, whatever. Anyway, and remember, yeah, Poochie Poo, yeah. And remember, every day that you are the winners.